pre-COVID or some shit. Like we met up at like one of the was it BC or was it something else? I forgot.
What wasn't it the Spider-Man podcast that you guys did?
Yeah. We were talking about Spider-Man.
It was that and the Slayer. We talked about Slayer.
Yeah, we took a trip to fucking see Slayer and fucking who else? Lamb of God for sure. That was, a good show. That was such a fucking good show, dude.
And
fucking burning a cigarette into my arm. I was just going through it. I was like, this just felt right. Like,
oh my god. I forgot you burned a cigarette because I remember you were excited because you said they gotta play Angel of Death. They gotta play Angel of Death.
Yeah. When this shit came down, they came down. They said like like that like Heineken looking sign, but it says Hanneman. Yeah, it's like it's just a moment. Just I was going through it, bro. I was drunk as shit. Jesus Christ, that was
I'm surprised you remember that shit.
Yeah. So everybody, that's
4 years ago.
If you
that's how.
Nice to meet everybody. I cannot see the chat, but thank you for being here, I guess.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. So we got Javi here today, and then we got
thank you for having me. That too. Sure.
Thank you for joining us on this voyage. Next, I just gotta say thank you again to Alistair of Shut Up, Let's Talk.
Thank you guys. My pleasure. Good evening to all the basic, intermediate, and the advanced nerds in the crowd.
That's right. All the basics out there.
Yeah, everybody.
That's right. And we got my boy, Chilean Mr. 305 Andres.
You already know what it is. Good to be back from 2 days of just doing this shit. So it's all good.
That's right. Andres Ramon. So today we'll be doing a part 2 edition of overrated artists and bands. So I figured it'd be great because I feel like this is the kind of thing where there's as music will always exist that mankind will have. I feel like there is always bands and artists that I feel don't get enough attention, deserve the attention, or just get blown out of proportion for no reason. And that's why we're here today. To kind of recap from last episode, I remember some of the names were was Green Day. I also remember it was Lizzo.
Yeah.
I remember I said Billie Eilish. And I also remember, what was the other ones that we had? AC/DC from Alizar.
AC/DC.
Oh, God, AC/DC.
AC/DC, yeah.
The only band that can release the same record 35 times and get away with it.
And nail it. Yeah.
Tried and true formula, dude.
Lining up around the block they are for that.
That's true. And then I can't think of other ones, but I do want to preface that when I think there's 2 ways to define something that is overrated. One, where they're not quite ready to get the hype that the band or artist has, or they just don't deserve it. They from whatever they are, they just don't deserve it at all. So like, for example, an example for me, Billie Eilish, I think she's not ready yet to get the hype. I think she has potential to be. I just think that it's too quick, too soon. But I already said my reasons. So if you want to know, go to the previous
other episode. Yeah,
that's right.
Sorry, can we add a third category, which is shit that was cool at the time that it came out, but then over time just kind of like got old, I guess. Like it started getting
that's also a good category to say overrated. Yes,
there's going to be a lot of like music from previous decades here. Unfortunately, a few things have not aged super well, or like just kind of overplayed is the word for it, I guess.
Is that
sorry, emo boys and girls, I'm gonna break your hearts with this one.
I was gonna say, Javi, is that Blue Man Group? Was that what you're defining it as?
No, Blue Man Group is fucking supreme, always, dog. They will always have their flame till the end of time, bro. Always.
Never gets old.
It never gets old. We got Javi and I have a special little thing about Blue Man Group, but we'll say that later. We got to get this episode going. But
Blue Man Group.
Blue Man Group. So, Javi, why don't you start us off? What is, in your opinion? Oh, by the way, we're doing 3 rounds of this. We'll be doing 3 rounds of this. Everyone will be having at least 1 per round. So I want to say it's 12. We should be having 12 names by the end of the episode. Javi, why don't you start us off? Because I want to.
Oh shit! All right. I'm not gonna pull punches. Just gonna go straight into it. John Mayer.
Whoa!
And mind you, like, okay, hear me out. As I got older, I grew to like John Mayer more. Like as a kid, mind you, like I'm coming from a place of like I began to like him more. Like at a certain point in my life, as a kid, it was the type of shit where he was just kind of like in that like Nick Jonas kind of genre of like famous guitar dude that was like, I don't know, if you were just some edgy like 13-year-old kid listening to fucking like I don't know, Rush, AC/DC, Lamb of God, shit like that. You're just, hey, fuck that shit. I listen to real music or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I just suddenly just love how the
Black
background just
people.
blurred out my fingers, but nice. That was a good touch.
was
But
good.
yeah,
Oh,
you know, so I'm coming from a place of like, okay, I grew to understand him more as I got older. But even then, he's just I don't understand the huge hype. Like I really don't, especially with the record he released recently. Like that was some like mid shit. You know, people go on and fucking compare him to like Stevie Ray Vaughan and shit. It's like, well, dude, whoa, okay,
Yeah,
like
that's a little too much. But
Alistair,
honestly,
would you like to reply to that? 'Cause-
well, you know, the thing is, like, okay, so there was a
Sorry.
time back in the day I used to tape music videos. That's how I used to just like, I had a VCR, so MTV would be on. You had the music videos playing, so I would tape videos before the internet, obviously. And so yeah, that's how I would watch. That's how I would listen to music all the time, and then I would get to watch it too. So I thought it was pretty dope, you know. And John Mayer is one of those artists. He came out with this first song, "No Such Thing," his first single. And I remember hearing that song late at night and taping that video and thinking, this is pretty cool. You know, like I was like, it's folky, but then it's also a little jazzy. The bass line was ridiculous on that song.
yeah.
You know, good session. And then, so I was just kind of like, this is kind of interesting, you know. And I remember that was about fourth grade when I was listening to it, or when that happened. And shout out to my dad, who was just like, dude, here's blank tapes. You could actually tape shit. I was like, no way. He was like, yeah, just press the record button and you're good. Get to watch it as many times as you want. I was like, went ham on that. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, John Mayer, one of those artists, and over time I grew to really enjoy some of his. I didn't. Here's the thing about him: I never dove in and listened to all of his music. I would just wait for his next single to come out, and I was never disappointed. And yeah, big fan of John Mayer. And that last album, I could completely see why it seems mid, because I mean it can. But you know, if you're in a certain mood to listen to that kind of stuff, it'll really pull you in. Really good songwriting on that one, and it's supposed to be cheesy on purpose, which I really like. To me, it kind of came off.
Yeah, I did see
It
that.
came off
Yeah.
as it came off as like a comedy record almost. Like I listened to it as in a Tenacious D kind of way, where I was like, this is real
Interesting.
music. This is real music, but there's a really lighthearted atmosphere to it. So yeah, check that out. And yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I never looked at that record like in that, you know, through that lens. So okay, I might have to just kind of like go back and listen to that more. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I guess
mean,
as a guitarist though, like if you look at him as like a guitarist, you know what I'm saying? I guess he does have like a sound, but it's still very reminiscent of a bunch of other things. So it's really like, you know, again, I don't think the guy doesn't know music. He absolutely does. Like I give him his props. He has chops, you know what I'm saying?
for sure.
But it just, I don't, again, the huge comparisons to like, you know, people consider him like the, you know, one of the greats, like one of the greats, like again, on the bar of like Stevie Ray Vaughan, people have said he, you know, like Van
Jimmy
Halen
Page,
even,
yeah.
like,
Like Eric Clapton,
yeah, Clapton, people compare him to Clapton, but it's like,
Yeah.
okay, chillax.
Yeah.
Clapton's an asshole, by the way, fuck Clapton, but like, guitar wise,
Clapton's a weirdo.
he's a fucking weirdo. Talented weirdo, but he's a weirdo.
Sure.
Should mention that, but yeah, you know, just I never really got to him like John Mayer, that is, excuse me, like that. Just I could never see like what the whole entire hype was, you know.
I feel you.
Question: why is Clapton an asshole?
Oh, dude's low key kind of fucking racist. Actually, probably look that up real quick. But yeah, no, he's been on some weird shit, even in the '70s, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was even an instance even recently where Clapton sued the shit out of a lady who bootlegged one of Cream's albums. Actually,
Oh yeah, just a single person.
yeah, just one person, and this like suing for like what thousands of dollars, and it's just like, dude, you didn't need to go hog wild on this chick. She just wanted to listen to your music. God damn.
Yeah, real shit, dude, real shit. Oh, and he's anti-vax. Just learn this.
He's anti-vax. I'd call it. The thing about him as well, which is kind of funny, is that he's like he's talented. He's he was a good guitar player, but it's kind of like, excuse me, maybe you could kind of bring him into, since we're talking about overrated. Maybe Eric Clapton can show up in this conversation all of a sudden, as he has right now. And you know, like he's really good when you listen to the early stuff, because he was playing at a high level. You know, the thing is, I don't know, man. It's kind of like, at what point do drugs become a part of this conversation? Because with or without the drugs, is the music as good as it was? I don't know. Does it matter? I don't think it matters really.
I think
The music is the music.
I think
you
it
can
really-
ask Brian Wilson the same thing, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, it was because of the drugs."
That's true. Well,
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, what do you know? I don't know how to. That's such a strange topic to get into.
Yeah.
like this thing.
Clapton
Shout out
was
to
like,
Amanda. How's it going, Amanda? Shout out. She said,
Shout out,
John.
Amanda.
She says he's a great guitar player, but can't compare him to SRV. It's like apples and hula hoops, which is
That's
Real
that's
shit,
a unique
real shit.
analogy right there.
But
Clapton is way overrated, as she said.
I don't know. I don't know if Clapton's overrated.
I don't know.
I feel
That's
like
the thing,
he's in the
'cause
camp
it's
of
kind
like
of on
the
the
people
teeter-totter
who are like
he's the pioneer.
Yeah, he was a pioneer. He's just again over time he just kind of lost his flame. I feel like he's in that camp.
That's your third topic. That's your third.
Yeah,
topic.
yeah, exactly. Like he falls into that. In my humble opinion,
I totally
he was
see what you're
instrumental.
driving
He was
at.
instrumental in Van Halen's technique. Like that, he was like Van Halen's
Literally
favorite guitarist
Yeah,
But-
type shit. So, clearly he did something for sure.
I think
You
he
know?
also it was just like Cream is fucking awesome. And
Yeah.
Derek the Domino's album is so fucking good. But I will admit, I've not heard any recent Eric Clapton stuff. Like I
I
haven't
don't even think there is any, is there?
yeah. I
As of
believe
recently, I heard there's like a folk album of some sort. It was all right. It was actually nice if you're in the mood for like something folky like that. Excuse me.
I'm
But
just thinking non-drugged voice is not very good.
yeah,
that's why Steve Winwood was the friggin' vocalist for friggin' Cream, not Eric Clapton.
Yeah, I mean Clapton's singing voice is just like just sounds like
I mean, in Derek and the Dominoes, he definitely kills it. It's just
Yes,
he hasn't reached that peak since, if you ask me. Like
I
I
did-
haven't been so enraptured by a love song or with a performance from Eric Clapton since that.
I disagree because he did an I disagree because recently I think there was a tribute concert to George Harrison, and they did my favorite Beatles song of all time, which is "While My Guitar Gently Weeps," and he did the guitar part in the song. Dumb sentence. He did the guitar part in the song and sang it. I thought he did a really good job, and he sang it with
I hear that was great.
with Paul and on the piano and stuff like that, and it's up there with the performance that the same song with what do you call it, Tom Petty and Prince and Jeff Lynne and then I can't think of the guys that are in there, the other guys, but it was just as good because that's my favorite Beatles song of all time. But Eric Clapton in a way has also been integral with the Beatles in a way I'll say, like loosely speaking, I will say.
fair.
But I do think that he's an integral part of rock music in the 60s and 70s without it.
That's a fact.
He just fell off.
But that's the thing.
He fell off hard.
And that's the thing is like, do you really, because certain bands like take, Alzer's pick, AC/DC, they still have, I'm not saying that Alzer's wrong because I kind of understand why Alzer's pick, but it's kind of like over the years, I haven't really listened to any recent AC/DC stuff. But then Power Up came out.
Boy.
And then it was like electric. It was fun. I was like, wow, full of energy. It makes sense.
Power Up by who?
By AC/DC.
By AC/DC.
Oh, is that like the
I've not heard
new shit that came out recently? Like,
Yeah.
I've not heard it. Tell me, please tell me and the folks at home if they haven't heard it about that. Because what?
Yeah.
New AC/DC? What was that like?
And Power. I don't know. It's just I feel like Power Up was like a shot in the arm for AC/DC because, like, with the death of Malcolm Young, rest in peace, one of the best rhythm guitarists of all time.
Facts.
valid facts. Yes.
Yeah, with the death of Malcolm Young and the uncertainty of the band even progressing at that point, they were at a crossroads. And given the context behind this album, it makes me respect the band even more, especially Demon Fire. Demon Fire is if you haven't heard it, it's an amazingly awesome song. Like the solos are simple, but they're powerful. And it's everything you'd expect, but goddamn was it an amazing album. Go check
What's the
it
name of that song again? Sorry.
Demon Fire.
Demon Fire. Okay.
Sorry, can I just say, their age is showing a little bit in the song titles they're kind of going with now. I mean, I don't know. I might as well call it like Mega Tiger. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that song is called Sharp Edges. Ice Scorpion or something. Yeah.
the-
Hemorrhoid bench.
Amanda says Clapton's also in the category of a Santana, who's also overrated. Oof.
Ooh,
I mean, you know,
Oof, okay, that's-
hey.
Santana.
You know
I
what?
can't agree with that. I
I'll
could
say-
agree with that.
I would say Santana is overrated, but what I respect out of Santana is that he was able to reinvent himself and bring himself back into the light. You know, working with some younger artists. You know, the dude from Matchbox 20, Rob Thomas, I think his name is.
Smooth
Michelle-
as forever.
Yeah, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? He did the song with Michelle Branch that was huge. Two of them that were big.
Dude, the man even made the dude even made a song with Chad Kroger, and it sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good song. That's a pretty good song. It's an all right song. Like,
I thought that was a fever dream. Like y'all
thought
just
so
like
too,
unlock
at the
something,
beginning.
dude. What the fuck? Like y'all just unlock something.
the thing that should not be. Yeah, the thing that should.
Jesus.
But anyway, I just like that he was able to bring himself back, you know, out of obscurity and kind of, which is what I feel like Clapton didn't do.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. No, mad respect for Santana for sure. You know, a little overrated, but he has a sound. Like you listen to Santana playing, it's like, oh, that's Santana.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
for
has
sure. Like
his
no
sound and
mistaking.
it works.
And even these
Yeah.
days, you know what? There's everybody listens to this new artist, FKJ. Santana just did a song with FKJ, and I actually really liked it.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yo, let
It's
me look
good.
that shit up. What the fuck?
It's good.
What's that
There's
later?
a video too. So yeah, actually really cool song. And it's that signature fuzzy ass distorted guitar, Santana tone, but great. Sounded good to me. Anyway, yeah, I totally feel you on the Santana overrated thing because he slept for a while, but I like that rebirth.
I know that
Um,
gusto.
Greener is the song.
It's
Oh, that's hilarious. Amanda says you can always tell Santana is playing. It's all very similar, like Pitbull. Christ.
Oh wait, Pitbull, are you again?
Mr. Worldwide.
You
Like,
don't
in my
talk shit
mind,
about
in-
you don't talk shit about Mr. 305. That's
Dude,
the
like,
point, right?
When I read that message, it was like celebrity death match. It's like Santana versus Pitbull. Like, this is Nick Diamond. Who's gonna take over Latin America? And this round is like Stone Cold's there.
right.
If an asteroid were to fall on Earth and we need someone's big fat head to reflect it off, let's get Pitbull on that. I don't think Santana can pull it off.
Yeah, really. If we
Bro.
need somebody to take over Miami subs and run it to the ground, hire Pitbull.
Or a
Hire-
replacement for OxyClean.
Yeah, hire Pitbull. Miami subs, for anybody that doesn't know, it's a restaurant that was really popular out here, and which I loved, and they were going under. Pitbull bought them, and then eventually now they just suck even more.
They're actually pretty decent, not gonna lie. They rebranded to Miami Grill recently.
Miami Grill, are they good now? Are they better?
They're honestly pretty decent. I had a fucking cheesesteak from them, like maybe like a couple weeks ago. Just pretty
Cheesesteak.
good.
See that? That's the cool thing about this
Yeah.
place. They have everything. They got Philly. They have everything from like fried platters, like fried seafood platters, to Philly cheesesteaks, to all sorts of gyros and random shit. It's so funny to me.
Interesting
Anyway,
shit you can get through a drive-through for sure.
Yes. Sorry, I don't mean to derail this in the
Sorry,
fast
it's
Back
sorry,
to
food,
music.
food.
It's always
I
back
Let's
to
get into
food,
like
bro.
a fast
Yeah.
food talk towards the end, but
yes.
So,
Yes.
Javi, your pick is John Mayer.
For now, yeah, I have a couple of people I want to set aflame, but like,
Oh, no,
let's
this-
go with that one for now.
We're just getting started here, so that's your main. That's like in other. We had some other honorable mentions, but John Mayer.
In fact, sorry, my next one is actually going to be like I would say even more overrated. I just wanted to say John Mayer just as a guitarist. That's how just my thoughts, I guess.
Wow, nice. Like, just setting the
Let's
tone with
segue.
them.
Yeah.
It was just funny because we had 2 or 3 live streams. We talk about like our favorite albums as a kid, or whatever, and ours just said John Mayer. And the funny thing is, like the first thing that comes out of your mouth. And
I didn't know that, mind you. I did not know
No,
that.
that's funny. I love that. I love it. That's actually the best part of it.
It's irony. It was just like it was fun. Like
I
no,
love it.
that's the thing. We're here to. We're not like I'm right, you're wrong. Like no, it's just like
No. Well, I mean, that's what I love about music in general.
Yeah.
Like, music is one of those fun things where it's like, oh, you like this? Oh, sweet. You don't like that? No, wow. You know, like I love that.
Exactly.
You get to live in those two worlds, and it's so much fun.
But then some people say something stupid like I really love the lyrics behind like Gabby Hanna songs. And then
If
it's like,
anybody says the Beatles are over, I'm so over the Beatles are overrated topic. By the way, if anybody, I just want to get that out of the way because that's like
they're not
impossible.
overrated.
Everybody-
That was one of my considerations.
Oh,
Alright,
I feel like it's
guess I'll just not.
And if you're hating on Justin Bieber, that ship sailed like 8.5 years ago, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If we're talking about their marketing, and if we're talking about, you can get a toaster with the Beatles on it, then I'll bring
Okay,
that up
I
with Star
agree.
Wars. I'll say Star Wars is overrated if we're going to that rate. You know what I mean?
I'll be real with you, Chief. It kind of is nowadays. Like
Facts.
Fell off.
Facts.
Fell off.
I'm not. Well, these guys know I'm not a huge Star Wars cat. They're bringing me into the Star Wars world. Actually, these two guys.
Yeah.
And how do you call it?
Yeah.
The thing about what the hell were we just talking about? I went into Star Wars and toasters. What?
Beatles before that shit. Damn. Miami Grill.
Miami Grill. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Oh, Vin Diesel just pulled up outside. Sorry, guys.
Is he gonna have like a TED talk about family coming up soon?
Oh yeah.
Family.
Anyway, what?
I can't make a great Universal Studios ride.
That ride was
crap.
Dude,
the setup to it is amazing because the cars like are for real, like modded and shit. Like it's great. It's great. The setup to it, but the ride itself is like
Mid.
we're in a bus. We're in danger. Ooh.
Ooh, CGI. The film is like around us in the It's just that's a different conversation though. But let's get back on topic.
Sorry, back on topic.
Let's get back on topic.
Of course.
Elazar, your pick.
Oh, my choice. Okay, so since I knew this was part 2, I figured I would do something a little bit different tonight and do some research. Not really some, but just a little bit. I actually typed in a list of the most overrated artists. And my first choice of the night. How many choices are we doing tonight? 2 or 3? 3. All right. So my first choice for the night is going to be Cardi B. Cardi B.
I can see that.
I like the face around the room. I like the faces around the room rather. You know, the reaction around the room. That's what I was looking for. Think about Cardi B. Okay, she started in Love and Hip Hop. I've never seen the show, but I know she started on there. She's got a story.
Actually, before that, she started off. She went viral on Twitter once. I don't know if you remember that video. It was like, "A hoe never gets cold." Whatever. Like that's how she kind of got started. And from there, she got picked up. Just due to her virality.
Wow, like the Catch Me Outside girl.
Yeah, similar. Some shit like that. Truly, yeah.
And what I like about her is that she has, you know, she has her fan base is based on her transparency. You know, she talks to people without the makeup on. You know, like she goes live without makeup on, with her head and with the towel wrap and everything. You know, and then she, you know, because which is fine, but you know, her fan base appreciates those kind of things. So there's like, oh, she doesn't have to get ready. She's real, which is cool. So that's how she was able to build that fan base. I get it. The music, though. Music. Does she have a flow? Yes. Has she stuck to the flow way too hard? Yes. That's where we get to the overrated part. You know, Bodak Yellow, the first single, it was fine. It's like, okay, this is, you know, a new rapper on the scene. Sure, you know, but same exact flow every freaking song.
No, literally, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it's getting tired. Yeah, well, you know, it's getting tired. It's getting out of here. Amanda says, "I don't enjoy her." Yep, facts.
Yeah, I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. I
could listen to that song like a novelty, like a Cotton Eye Joe type of thing.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Meg Thee Stallion has some really hilarious lines in that song.
You know, it is a piece of art. You know, like having absorbed it once or twice, I'm like, okay, this was a thing. You know, the song was there. It's very minimal in nature. You know, not a very busy song.
The bass is nice. Focus. The 808s they use, it has a nice sound to it. It's nice.
Yeah, real well big produced focus on the vocal, but yeah, just Cardi B to me. I just feel like it's just monotonous. It's very tired. It's very, you know. I'm sure the label is kind of. I'm sure people in offices are wondering what the hell they're going to do with her for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
What does very tired mean? That's an interesting way to describe it, but what does that mean?
To me, it means every song sounds the same. Where you're just like, man, like you forget the song titles because you're like, it's the same flow, it's the same thing we've been getting, it's the same energy. Is this her song? Is this a feature? We don't know. It's just like she just pops up here and there now. You know, I feel like she's on in my opinion, I feel like she's on the label back burner now. Yeah. Where they're like, all right, we milked it for a couple of years. It worked. Now let's just, we'll just sprinkle her around.
I feel like Lizzo and Cardi B are slowly starting to switch relevance here, because when Cardi B came out, Lizzo came out at the same time with Jerome. Jerome is an amazing album, by the way. But like, I felt like Jerome came out in, I think, at around 2018, and Cardi B's debut came out in 2017. And Cardi B was on the up and up and up and up 2017, 18, 19, 20. She was on fire. But then in 21, she started slowing down a bit. She had a kid. It's all right. Drugging men, that's all well and good. And, you know, it's been on a bit of a decline. Meanwhile, Lizzo just came out with another album, and one of the songs is actually a meme on TikTok, and it's actually steadily rising. I'm happy that Lizzo is getting the attention, but as I said before in the previous episode, Lizzo is a bit overrated in my opinion, even though I do like her music, because she only has 2 albums under her belt. Yeah. And I don't think the second one is as good as the first one. That only reinforces the point. It's just that I hope that Lizzo doesn't crumble under the weight, not fat phobic, under the weight of her of her own fame and success, because I really do want her to succeed.
All right, let's keep going. that was so
really well placed. I gotta say.
Interesting word choice. So Alizar, you're gonna go with Cardi B. I think and you know what, that's fair, because I have to because like I think she's a fun personality. She's fun to watch, like doing like I saw her on like 73 Questions with Vogue, or if she does like there's like she has these weird interviews with Jimmy Fallon where she goes and she make these weird noises for no reason, and then Jimmy Fallon.
Hey man, she's lit. What can we say? How do we explain Lizzo and that hype ass personality? How do we explain it? She's, you know what? She's one of those virtuoso type people. I hear she plays the flute. She can sing her ass off. She probably got perfect pitch. She's out here killing it.
Like I mentioned this in the last episode. She was on the David Letterman show on Netflix. My guest needs no introduction.
The David Letterman show on Netflix?
Yeah, there's a David Letterman show on Netflix.
Netflix.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They have the guests are hit or miss. Like I like the episode that he did with Howard Stern, because they talk about the controversies he went through, and also like what was it like for him to figure out like radio stations in college and his upbringing and stuff like that. But then he interviews Kim Kardashian, where it's like, why do you need to be interviewed? I mean, that's just my opinion, but like anyway, that's a similar conversation. That's a podcast in itself. But he interviewed Lizzo, and they were doing like some jam session, and it was during quarantine and stuff like that. So they were doing it at her house. They did like everyone was wearing a mask, and it was like 6 feet, and it was nice little thing. So they had like this little jam session or whatever. And David Letterman did this weird thing where his I can't do it, but he was like making like bird like caca noises by doing this, whatever. That actually a noise will come out, not what I just blow air with my hands for no reason.
A tumbleweed like floats by.
Yeah. But he was he like blew, you know, his into and a note came out, and she goes, "Oh," and then played it on the flute. Like right there. And I'm like,
there you go. Yeah, there you go.
And then it's like that's pretty cool that she was able to do that. So like I give her that. So she definitely has talent, and she definitely shows it. But it's the kind of thing where it's like when there's, it's like I have to admit, there's nothing really like musically that's like making me like go, okay, what do you got that's interesting? I haven't heard any songs that are like, okay, that's different, that's unique, that's different. Like, you know, even with like Billie Eilish, there's songs that I love and I've been emotional for, and I consider her like overrated, but I just feel like her Billie Eilish is a different case. Lizzo though, I don't understand what the hype is.
Well, I'm not necessarily trying to defend Lizzo here, but I will say, is Lizzo's style of music like your vibe though? Like, is that something that you just be chilling in the whip to and just...
It's cool, but it's forgettable.
But like you'll play some Billie Eilish in the car and shit.
Oh yeah, but the thing though is, to me it's like for me, because you know, like I said, a New Year's resolution I've done since last year is listen to an album every day, and that is not just I listen to an album like in the background or whatever. Like, oh yeah, I listened to the new, you know, Metallica album, and then I'm like, you know, playing like, you know, Angry Birds or whatever. Like, no, like I sit down and I plug in and I like start from start to finish and I listen to an album, and to me it's like I really take it in and I try to enjoy it, because to me it's like there's so much, this life, you have so little time. So my thing is like everyone tells me you gotta listen to this album, you gotta listen to this album. I still this day, I will get shit for this. I still haven't listened to Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, which I need to do.
For some that shocks me because you show me old school stuff, so like that's good. It's wild.
Yeah, it's kind of a shocker. Not gonna lie.
Because you know what's funny? My dad doesn't like Pink Floyd.
Wait a minute. Did you say? Wait a minute, Elliot. Did you say Dark Side of the Moon, like the Transformers movie, or did you say Dark of the Moon?
I said Dark Side of the Moon.
Okay, never. Okay, I'm sorry. We have this thing where we confuse Dark Side of the Moon with Dark of the Moon. So okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
There you go.
They're like, oh, we take this album cover, this album title, and we just take out the word side. There we go, Transformers.
Yeah, that's gotta be some sort of copyright bullshit going on right there. Somebody fought in
you bet Roger Waters was all over that shit, just creeping in with the DMCA claims. You know?
More than meets the
Dark
eye.
of the Moon.
But I just so when I listen to an album every day, to me it's like I really care about it. And my music, it varies. I'm very into whatever. Like I'll show you the past 3 albums I listened to. Okay, so today's album was Wolf Mother's self-titled album.
Interesting.
Yesterday was Ginger's Wallflower.
I wonder why.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know Ginger?
Ginger? No. Oh wait, no, Ginger. Why was I spelling it in my head with G's? No, Ginger. Oh fuck yeah! All right, Ginger like with J. Yeah, okay. Never mind.
Ginger from Gilligan's Island. No,
yeah, exactly.
I reached in hard on that one, folks.
No, Ginger goes hard for sure.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Ginger, dude. That Ginger,
they're good.
Gingers go hard, but
That's right.
yeah. But
Ginger.
and then the album before I listened to Verses by Pearl Jam. So, but I try to, I can go on and on forever, but like I try to like sit down and look at the lyrics, look at like, is this memorable and stuff like that. But I also not going to say like, this is the only time I listen to the entire year. To me, it's like, I listen to a new album every day, but I like to revisit them. There's some albums I'm like, this is fucking forgettable. I don't understand the point of this. Lizzo for me is like that. It's fun in the moment, but I'm going to easily forget in like 20 minutes. It's easily to me like, the Solo, the Star Wars story to me. Sorry if I offend anybody out there, but that's pretty much it.
I can absolutely see that because like I gotta agree with you there because there are some songs where Lizzo can be just a little bit too much. Like take for example the song "Cause I Love You." There's a refrain where she meant it to sound like impactful and it's just like I'm crying because I love you, and then there's this big bombastness brass section. And I'm just like, okay, fucking, you didn't have to go that. I get you.
I would hand you $100 bill just to watch your face for the first time you heard that. Like, I would just love to see what reaction your face made.
That would have been like
when those frequencies hit your ears, because like I can't even imagine what like that. Like just that face of just confusion.
I was in the car on the I-75. I almost ran over a freaking car. I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's pretty. It's pretty great, man.
But we should divert from Lizzo because she wasn't. That was last episode. This is
she's not the topic of the conversation. I agree.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we really did pile up on this Lizzo thing.
Oh, Cardi B. Yeah,
it was Cardi B. You see, the relevance is starting to go down for Cardi B, and then Lizzo.
Like at least Lizzo's being talked about. You know,
that's true.
I mean, I guess, and that's the thing. Nobody likes Cardi B. I guess everybody's just like everybody. Yeah.
You know what it is? I like her personality. I think she's fun and she has some funny stuff. Like I remember her award speech was like, I want to thank my haters because like even though they hate my music, they still like clicked on it and I still got the award because they kept clicking on it, hating it. So I thought that was pretty funny that she said that. But like I think it's more the personality and the brand of her rather than the actual music.
Yeah, but you know what? Listen, I mean, I like her vibe. Like she's got, like I said, she's got the dope flow. I like her voice. I like her delivery. She comes in hard with it. Motorsport. What'd she say? Ride the dick like a BMX.
Yes. I mean, yes.
Classic.
I was like, you know what? Sure. that's
valid.
Okay, sure. It's like when James Hetfield said "exit light." I was like, "Oh yeah, he's going to sleep." Okay, I get it. Sure.
I thought he was the table.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Just like, all right, okay. So anyway, I'm just yes.
Yeah, let me in.
She's got a personality, and she's not afraid to use it. So, yes.
I guess she's also one of the few like real seeming personalities in that like mainstream sphere. Like genuinely.
Yeah.
Even down to like, I don't know if y'all saw this, but there was like some sort of interview she was doing, and she just like froze up like for like a good few seconds, and people are like, I don't know, there's like a whole like conspiracy thing behind it. Like supposedly someone was trying to, I don't know, she apparently looked at like someone pull out a gun or some shit, and that somehow didn't transpire. But it's like, okay, like for sure, like when she's like talking as a like talking, like she's being real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I get it. That she seems genuine. I
agree.
Exactly. So yeah, that's her redeeming.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's her redeeming quality for me in terms of her.
Yeah. Even though she can be a bit too much, and sometimes I don't always agree with what she says, but that's the beauty of it. You don't have to agree with everything to enjoy it. And I feel like that's like with the big personalities in music, with such a cult of personality. I don't think Lizzo is quite there yet. She's not a Kanye. She's not a Kanye. She's not a Kanye. She's not a freaking Kendrick. She's not an ecstatic personality as of yet, but give her like a few years and I bet you she'll probably reach that pantheon of eccentric personalities in music, like freaking Andy Warhol or something like that. That'd be something cool.
Andy Warhol, that's a photographer.
I'm with it.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the lead singer of the Stooges.
Oh, fucking Iggy
Pop.
Iggy Pop. Yeah.
How I confused Andy Warhol with Iggy Pop,
dude,
I will
if
never
Andy
understand.
Warhol, sorry, because in my head I just swapped out Andy Warhol and Iggy Pop in careers, and I'm like, if Iggy Pop was Andy Warhol and made those paintings, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would just be
if Warhol was the singer of the Stooges, oh my god.
Let's take a break. I have a funny Iggy Pop story with my mom.
Oh, she met him?
Can't wait to hear this.
Worse.
Second person I know of, in as immediately as could possibly be, that's actually met the guy, because I have a friend who literally like took a picture with him at fucking Gramps. Like,
awesome.
What the fuck? So your mom met him?
Yeah.
What's funny is you said you met him and he said worse.
Well, she did, but like, so what happened was, my mom went to go see this band called the Waterboys in New York, I believe. Like this, how do I describe them? But they're like an indie band back popular in the 80s and 90s, so kind of popular. Ironically, the singer's name is Michael Scott from The Office.
Michael Scott.
But anyway, my mom loves them, one of her favorite bands, and so this is one time where she's getting in, and the problem is that it's the part of the show where like everyone's like crowding in and nothing's happening. So my mom was like, "Can you just fucking go already? God damn it!" She starts kicking the back of the heels to some guy in front of her. It was Iggy Pop.
Oh my god.
No way.
And she just looked at her like, and she's like, sorry. And she was like, go ahead. And it was just, that was it. So that was the story. So it was just Iggy Pop. And there's another story that my dad met Chuck Berry and he was an asshole too. So.
Oh god. I mean, I heard Chuck Berry was fucking weird.
Yeah. But I heard Chuck Berry was on some weird shit like sexual assault and some shit like that.
Yeah. Well, he brought a minor over state lines and got arrested for it.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
we gotta get Chuck Berry out of
level 2 sexual assault.
No, man, holy shit.
He was for like a little bit of time, but if it was today, it would have been like a lot worse. It would have been like, you're done. But back then, I was like, oh, it's 2 or 3 years. You can get you can get your associates if you want in college.
People used to get away with some fucking shit back then, dude. Like,
yeah. It was a weird thing. But he had
man, it says, sorry, Mr. Pop, sir. That's so funny.
Mr. Pop, yeah, sir. Apologies, Mr. Pop, sir.
That's funny.
Mr. Pop, sir.
Andres.
Yes.
Your turn, sir.
For what? Oh yeah.
For best fast food play. No.
Oh great.
The best fast food artist, which is just technically the same as Overrated.
The Kool-Aid Man, go.
Oh yeah.
The J Balvin McDonald's meal.
Oh yeah.
Which mascot could make the best music if they were an artist?
Oh my god, the
Well, that's
grimace.
a real-
Hey, yo, the Hamburglar, bro. That dude. That
Oh,
dude
he,
drops some straight
the
heat.
hamburger just raps like Eminem because he's been in jail for so long. He's seen some shit. He's seen some shit. He's one of those dudes. He's seen some shit. So he just raps like he.
And Grimace can be like the DJ Khaled, just hyping that shit up, but not really doing anything.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine the. Oh my god, the grimace.
Oh my
It just
God.
looks like a big furry ass plug. Oh my god.
We the
Grimace.
best burgers.
I could totally see the
Oh my
Wendy's
God,
girl being
sorry,
like
I
a
just-
hyperpop project.
Elliot, I just realized what show we're on, and I've been saying some crazy things on tonight's show. I realize this is related to your school, man. I can't
It's fun.
can't be saying some of these things I'm saying.
Well,
And I think
Wait,
and wouldn't it be funny? Hey, wouldn't it be funny if that's why they call him the Grimace because he looks like one of those plugs? Holy moly!
Yeah.
It's full circle.
it's a perfect circle like a band.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, I see what you did. I understood that reference. But
Holy moly!
but
sorry.
I will I will go
That's one for the people.
yeah, that's one for the history books, my man. But I will go very, very mainstream, very basic with my first choice. And I know you all have some opinion on this particular fellow. Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
My
Yeah,
third pick has to do with him
with
Machine
it.
Gun Kelly, yep.
later.
Oh, absolutely
And-
agree. That's a no-brainer, honestly.
Yeah, but
big facts.
here's what frustrates me about it. He like before he had a rap career, and this was around the time where I was paying attention to Fantano back in the day before he got edgeless. But like back in the day, Machine Gun Kelly, like he wasn't particularly like in my radar, but I was aware of him in my scope of trying to look at different rappers, and I was looking for new music, and Machine Gun Kelly didn't strike me as particularly interesting. But then when Eminem when he tried going after Eminem, like I think that was the I would argue that was the moment where his career skyrocketed. I never thought I would see the day where like a big name artist, a talented artist like Eminem could roast the shit out of another rapper, just a wannabe, and the guy switches genres and is now more popular than ever, going into the pop punk scene. Insane. I've never seen that before.
Bro, he roasted him out of his genre.
Yes.
Straight up. And now he's all, I'm in love with an emo girl. Fucking
Making songs with Willow Smith.
Willow Smith could honestly be a huge contender here, bro. Oh my fuck, dude. Like, sorry, I don't know if I want to derail the conversation, but holy fuck, that might as well have been one of my picks. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
fucking the Smith kids, bro. The Smith kids in general. The Smith
the-
kids.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back because I gotta go check up on the cat really quick. But in the meantime, look at Elron telling the I forgot his name right now to destroy it.
Ron Hubbard?
No, Elron the
The
Oh,
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
He came up with Scientology.
Dude,
But-
with a hairline like that, he looks like he's doing some business. For
That's
sure.
true. He's
He
really got
looks
some
a-
Pantera shit going on right now. I never
He
noticed
does. He looks
that.
like
Yeah,
Eddie
no, real
Vedder's
shit.
ugly brother.
The what?
Those eyebrows.
He looks like Eddie Vedder's ugly brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he reminds me of with those eyebrows? He looks like the that teenager who got killed in the Maze Runner with the huge ass eyebrows. It looks like a freaking vampire bat thing.
No.
He should play
Yeah.
Namor the Submariner.
Yeah, the guy who's about to play Namor.
He looks like him.
He really does. But either way it goes, man. Like
Machine Gun
this is
Kelly.
this is where it frustrates me with Machine Gun Kelly, because I'm almost embarrassed to say I like a couple of his songs. Like, even though like I take Paper Cuts, for example, off of his mainstream Sellout album. Like, I listened to the whole thing. The shit is pop garbage, but I don't know. There's a part of me that is fascinated by it, because Paper Cuts, it reminds me of freaking the Pixies' "Where's My Mind," because it's ripped directly straight from that song. But it's just there's something that he brings to it. It's just like that generic type of voice. It's just like, hey, it's just you can't reach that upper register, but keep trying though.
He sounds like the Lego City guy, like, hey, and then like
he does. He sounds like, hey,
Yeah.
And then when he gets to the chorus, I mean, it's a decent chorus. It's sluggish, but it's like a butt rock chorus. It's like just like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you kidding me? Like you're lucky Travis Barker is on this track with you, man. Otherwise, this would be a totally insufferable song. But and there's another one called My Ex's Best Friend with Black Bear that he did, and I gotta make this. I gotta make this apparent right now. Black Bear is one of the biggest fuckboys in the industry. And I mean that in a good way, because he sings, if all you want is a good fuck, then let's ride, like something like that. But it's just, I feel like those types of connections, like Black Bear with Machine Gun Kelly, make for an interesting setup where, yeah, it's more, high school ex, dumped me, but I'm gonna get back together with this other girl just to get back at her. It's this type of drama that I dig. I don't know if that's toxic or anything, but it's like he can really pull together and make a mid to good type of song. Like My Ex's Best Friend is a good structured song. I can't really say it's bad because I can jam to it. Like there are a couple of moments where I'm in my car and I'm just like, I swear to God, I never fall in love. And then I go at the light and I see some guy looking at me. I'm just like, switch it straight back to the police. But yeah. This is where it frustrates me, because then you have I fell in love with an emo girl.
You're not enunciating the O enough. It has to be girl.
Oh yeah, with an emo girl.
Especially Willow, bro. The way Willow says it, emo girl.
And then she screams like, an emo girl.
This shit is so laughable. Can we talk for a second about how fucking like alternative fashion and culture and shit is just getting like, it's just fucking getting like what's it? What would be a good expression for that? It's becoming lifeless. It's become they're fucking marketing on it.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Nobody who's actually alternative in any fucking way, shape, or form is actually in agreement with agreement with what the fuck they're fucking doing with this shit, dude. Like, if you look at what emo actually was, this isn't in line with that. Like, the new definition for emo is something that came up as of the last, like, let's say 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like a postmodernist lens on what, I guess you would refer to as emo, like back in like the fucking like Hot Topic days, like 2000 fucking like 7 to 2010. I'm gonna say, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you take a look at like how culture, alternative culture was at the time, and that's what we are now calling emo.
Yeah,
it make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's valid.
What artist are we talking about?
We're talking about Machine Gun Kelly and his effect on the alternative scene.
Yeah.
In the side of Willow.
Yeah, because we started talking about emo girl, so it's like I fucking hate how they're basically capitalizing off like alternative, like fucking alternative culture. It's like, this is corny.
Did we hand any blame off? Did we hand any blame off to Travis Barker?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, because connecting with what Javi said, because someone asked Travis Barker in an interview, would you consider what Machine Gun Kelly is doing right now pop punk or
he's
emo?
Helping him produce the albums? Like he's
helping him produce the album.
Yeah,
but I feel like Travis Barker has a bit of reluctance calling it pop punk, because he said that, well, if you look at bands like my band Blink-182 or brand new Fall Out Troy, the old emos of back in the day, they had a sound, they had a style, they had a cultural impact. And so with this new one, I wouldn't really call it pop punk. Whatever it is, like I really wouldn't call it pop punk.
Commercial rock.
Commercial rock or something like that. Yeah.
Literally, bro. God damn.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't want to call it pop punk. Maybe because they don't want to like. The only that sounds like a weird political answer. Not literally political. Like,
no, I get what you mean. Yeah, musically political.
I think he doesn't want it to call it pop punk so that they don't put it in pop punk categories on Spotify and it reaches less people, because that's a smaller genre than a pop in general. You know, like I think that's some weird thing where you're trying to motivate, you're motivating playlisters on Spotify, curators of these playlists, and getting yourself placed in certain situations.
Absolutely. And it would damage the algorithm in a way, because Machine Gun Kelly's songs, they sound the same. He has the Cardi B problem. It's like the first song I heard from him when he was doing this pop punk thing was it was a song with Young Gravy and I'm sorry, Young Lean and Travis Barker.
Oh, you scared me. Like Young Gravy got into it? No.
No.
Oh, boy, dude. Hell no.
Young Thanksgiving.
Young Thanksgiving.
And it was that song that was like it was that song that goes all right. It was that song that goes, watch me take a good thing and fuck it all up in one night. It has that same BPM, that same sound, that same sludgy guitar, that same drab bass that's not even existent. And Travis Barker can do so much better. Like, we've heard him do so much better. It's just, I hate that like.
Are we talking about his new marriage or his music?
We don't.
Oh my god,
that dude is
holy moly!
I'm kidding. I'm just being a troll. I got nothing against that. I was just.
Can I make a confession though, real quick? I'm actually not, like, I'm dead serious. Travis Barker is general, like, as of recently, was actually like my second or third pick. I'm dead ass. I was gonna just fucking go off on Travis Barker. Like,
go for it. Might as well. Go for it.
Yeah, man, this is fucking dog shit. Like, what are you getting involved in? I get, okay, maybe it's money. Maybe it has to do. I don't know. I really don't understand. Like, what does he get? He's basically saying yes to anything now. You know,
no,
and Travis Barker.
Do you think that's good or bad for him?
It's bad. It's tarnishing. You know, again, maybe money wise, all right, he's making money off of this. Of course, that's great. You know, whatever. If that's his main priority, I guess he's succeeding. But he's just putting out. He's, again, not putting out. I mean, let's just say getting involved with. He's getting involved with some real dog shit.
I bet he's putting out to get those. Sorry.
No, go ahead. That's really it. Like, he's getting involved with some fucking dog shit, bro. Like, in all honesty. And at the end of the day, like, his beats are like, I'm not gonna lie, he definitely had like a sound with Blink and shit. I definitely came to realize that in, you know, my later years of life. I did not like Blink when I was a kid. It wasn't my thing, but, you know, came to appreciate it, understood, like, yeah, man, this guy had like a sound, you know, you heard fucking Blink, you heard him drum, you heard that, it's Travis Barker. But it's like, you hear him nowadays, you know, post the whole pop punk boom and everything, and it's like, you're still playing like essentially the same beats. Like, you hear everything on the Machine Gun Kelly album could have totally been fucking programmed, and nobody would bat an eye.
Yes.
I'm sorry to go for the throat like that, but like, it's true, you know? Like,
no, it's true. On Tickets to My Downfall and Mainstream Sellout, and don't judge me because I've heard these two albums. I wanted to give this guy a fair shake. God damn it. Fuck me. I wish I didn't.
It's good, you know. Again, he's suffering from that effect of, like, he was great when he came out, definitely pioneered something, you know, for sure. Yeah. It kind of fell off with time.
I remember, I don't know if it's MGK's first moment. I just remember the first time I heard of him. It was probably 2009 or 10. I can't remember. It was like around it was like I was in high school. I was like, graduated.
That was during the Boxcar Racer and the Neighborhood days of Blink-182. Like
Boxcar was 10 years before that.
It was
around like the early 2000s, yeah. Like, because I remember speaking of taping videos, "Feel So Mad" or "Feel So," no, the song was just called "Feel So." I Feel So, yeah, that song. That was one of the videos I taped around that time, when I was like in middle school.
Oh well, shit, nice.
And yeah, that was a cool song. Yeah, cool song. And but yeah, this the hell we're talking Travis Barker, right? How did we get to this? What the hell was I talking about? Yeah,
we got it, like, Machine Gun Kelly is such a forgettable artist that we talk about. We talk about Travis Barker.
no, MGK in high school. I was there was I'm a fan of Juicy J of 3 6 Mafia.
Okay.
And Juicy J had an album called Rubber Band Business 2. The sequel, and MGK is on a song on there called "Wild Boy." So, if you ever heard of that was the first time I ever heard of him. I was just like, oh, there's some rapper named MGK, Machine Gun Kelly. And we were like, okay,
yeah, his name sticks out. Like, I'll say this, the name kind of sticks out. You know.
Yeah, it's just cool. I like the name.
If he was
Yeah,
cool, the
remind
name
me
would go hard.
It reminds me of
Yeah.
DGK. DGK, the skate brand, which was Dirty
Dirty
Ghetto
Ghetto Kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, damn, that's throwback as fuck, dude. Holy
Dirty
cow.
Ghetto
very
Kid.
much. Yeah, it is. It is. It reminds me of that. So, yeah.
Wait, it was DKG?
DGK. Dirty
DGK.
Ghetto Kids. Ugh.
Oh, I was thinking Donkey Kong something. Never mind. I'm being
Donkey
stupid.
Kong Ghetto.
Donkey Kong get.
Speaking of ghetto, I got to use the restroom. Elliot, keep going for me, okay, man?
What? That's a segue for the ages.
For sure.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Travis Barker's, very, I guess, overplayed style of drumming just adds to the forgettableness of Machine Gun Kelly. Just
Yeah, okay.
makes the
Tell
whole
you.
thing even more forgettable, to be honest.
And it's just like I don't really care about you. It sounds really mean, and I try not to be harsh. And I'm one day would like to be on stage playing and touring and stuff like that. But to me, it's like just when you have like this angsty attitude, and like I've seen multiple interviews of him and this whole thing, and to me, it's like I don't know enough about him, and I shouldn't judge a person when I don't know much about him. But I feel like it's just more the fact of like I think he takes himself way too seriously at the end of the day.
Well, you're right about that.
He's also in his 30s, which is kind of corny. I'm not gonna lie. Like having this kind of image when you're like literally big dog. You're over 30, my guy. Like I'm 25 and I wouldn't even. I just. It's a little that edgy kind of like.
Yeah, it's just
fucking like, dude, chill out. Like I'm saying, like.
It becomes cringy when you realize what demographic he's aiming at. That's when his age becomes kind of like okay.
People quite literally half his age is the target market for his shit.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
It's
like
like
quite
people that-
literally half his age.
Yeah, like, and I don't think he realizes, like, dude, there's no demographic for you anymore because those people, like, dude, I've been to the mall recently. Okay, there is no
Which one?
A few nearby. Like I went to Pembroke nearby. I went to Sawgrass.
I live
You
near
know?
Pembroke.
Well,
the-
that's
the
not.
Pembroke Lakes.
It's not the best example of a mall, but it is a mall. And then I went to Sawgrass, which is a bigger mall, and it's the same
Progress,
shit.
yeah.
Which is to be fair, it's an outlet mall. But to be fair,
When is they had a wanna do city, and that was great.
Yes, I'm
the Rainforest Cafe.
TBT.
That Rainforest. I had to go.
Damn, that was the last place I saw you, Andres. Shit.
And that's true.
Yeah,
Shit.
years ago.
Oh
Holy shit.
my god,
That was years ago, dude.
Literally,
Oh
bro. We
my-
had a reunion.
that's
And
when
you know
I
what?
just had the freaking the Nico cut where you shaved everything up.
You wait. Was it the mullet days or was it the buzz cut days? Because I
The
had
buzz
different-
cut.
The buzz cut. Oh
You-
yeah.
You look like Starkiller from Star Wars Force Unleashed.
Thank you.
Wow.
Can you be my Juno? No, I'm just kidding.
I'll be your proxy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about, guys. They might
Sorry,
know.
that's
Sorry
a
about that. Yeah.
non-canon video game from Star Wars, but yeah, sure.
Oh yeah. No one here.
But yeah.
Some real
Oh.
mainstream shit.
Yeah, it's all for those Star Wars lads. But let's continue.
Sorry, you're saying the mall. My bad. Sorry.
the mall, yes, Darth
I was
Maul.
saying, I've been to
No.
the mall, dude. I went to PacSun. Okay, I used to go to PacSun to go get like when they would have like sales because you can get like very comfortable shirts for a good price, and they have no skate or extreme sports culture in there anymore. Like you will not see a skateboard, a surfboard, a snowboard anywhere near.
But a hoverboard.
I wish, right? That's not even relevant anymore. I wish that was a thing. That's not there. The
Bro,
kid-
it's crazy you say that about PacSun because I remember like literally the one that was in Pembroke Lakes Mall like 10 years ago or some shit. Literally the entrance was like 2 half pipes.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like really? No
No.
more skate anything in there anymore?
And that's what I'm talking about. There's nothing, dude. It literally looks like a Forever 21 now, where like all the pictures of everybody on the like the models and the pictures on the top or whatever. It's just people in clothes. There's no skateboard, no nothing. Like no wheels anywhere. No wheels, no extreme nothing. It's just really funny. And they're just clothes. And you're like, oh, like there's no, I don't know. It's lifeless. So I'm saying, I'm bringing this back to MGK. I'm just saying the crowd that he's shooting for, they're not around anymore, bro. those people are older now.
Yeah.
They're still some young rockers out there, but they're not into that same shit. Like they don't have that same.
And they got mortgages now, so it's not really the same anymore. You know,
And they're not
It's
chilling
just-
at the mall because they're ordering their shit on Amazon. So
Yeah,
Bro, I actually could vouch for like the demographic that he's going for because I used to teach guitar for like 5 years. And one of my like recent students, like one of like the more sorry, how do I word this? Like the one of, the ones I had toward the end, I stopped teaching about like last year, but like one of the students I had toward the that last year of my teaching, actually, sorry?
Your latest student.
Yeah, exactly. One of my latest ones that I had was like into MGK, and he like asked me to teach him some stuff from like the fucking Bro, I could go on for hours of the stuff that I've been asked to teach. It's, but yeah, I could totally vouch for the demographic. It's, and honestly, like, hey man, everybody's different type shit. This isn't like at all. I just want to like clarify if you ever were to see this, like, I ain't talking shit on nobody. But again, just mentioning like the kind of crowd that you're saying he's trying to appeal to, this was not it at all. Like my dude was like, kind of more of like a jock, you know what I'm saying? Like, into sports and shit type of thing, more into like this sort of like mainstream kind of music. I started trying to get him into Blink-182.
Was it Ken?
No, it was
it Ken?
If Ken is 16 and goes to what school did he go to? I forgot. It was one of the local ones that they're like, I think might have been Somerset, maybe no, it wasn't Somerset. Like West Broward, one of those. But so like
Wait,
again,
go ahead.
no, you're good. So again, like not at all like, criticizing this dude for like his tastes or what he does or whatever, his personality, his interests. But just again, looking at this comparison, what crowd was Machine Gun Kelly trying to shoot for? That crowd isn't there anymore. This is what you are now hitting. You're hitting the sort of what I'm saying, like just people who are into more mainstream stuff,
People that play Call of Duty and Fortnite and shit, and like
yeah, exactly. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's not that like alternative crowd that he tries to like appear as if he's trying to pander to, like
Like the counterculture. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the interview of him where he's like, dude, I went to go see a concert and they were wearing fucking comfortable shoes on stage? Like, what the fuck? He's like, you should be wearing uncomfortable, you should be fucking hating your life on stage. Basically is what he said. He was just like, he's like, put on some fucking Doc Martens and get up there and rock out. I'm like, dude, if you aren't the wackest person I've seen since elbow meat, like, what are you, bro? Bro, you're like,
what the
you're
fuck?
you're like kneecap status on the human body. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, dude?
My brother.
Like, what are you talking about? It was crazy. I was just like, Doc Martens. Like, who gives a fuck? like I get it. I guess he was talking about like acting the part and looking a certain, like performing and the visual aspect of the performance. But it's listen, man. Yeah.
As soon as he learns how to bend a note, then I will comply.
Yeah,
so he actually learns how to play.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
shout out to Existent Being in the chat who says, I want to say Jacob Collier for some reason, but I don't think he's necessarily overrated. You guys familiar with Jacob Collier?
Yeah. Wow.
dope.
Okay. Interesting. I did not think I was going to hear that.
I might not. Can you remind me again? Who is Jacob Collier again?
He's Javi, you want to take over? Go ahead.
I'm sure. I mean, from what I see, he's basically like a jazz musician. He does a lot of like compositions and like a cappella, and what he's known for is just like very, very like extensive, weird fucking like harmonizations and chords that he pulls out.
He's a perfect pitch demoer.
Yeah, and I know he's like one of these crazy talented ass motherfuckers that's like, like perfect pitch, knows like 60 instruments, like, pretty sick musician, honestly. It's just I see what you're saying. It's like it's like all this skill. It's all this skill, but it's like very rarely. I do like his cover, for example, of Moon River. Very cool, very interesting shit, very avant-garde kind of weird harmonizations. But it's like, dude, I wouldn't just put this shit out. Like maybe that one I like be in the mood for at some weird given moment. But it's not the type of shit that I would just like, yeah, man, I'm trying to bump some shit. Let me put some fucking Jacob Collier right. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, bro, like Relax.
Yeah, and
It's cool though. Definitely check him out.
Yeah, well, and Amanda says like Rick Beato, and he's a musical
Rick
genius, but I
Beato.
think his songwriting is Rick Beato. And here's the thing, you know what? I'm completely with you. Musical geniuses on both of their rights, Rick Beato and Jacob Collier. I'm familiar with both their stuff, but musical geniuses. But when you listen to their original music, when you listen to them write songs, forgettable shit for me. It doesn't stick because I feel like I don't know what it is. Like there's just something about it that maybe that their skill is on such a level where they feel like they need to make something somewhat impressive, so that
The simpler the music, the better it is.
I agree.
Don't know if I would agree to some. I don't know. It's a balance. It's a balance.
To an extent.
Yeah,
It depends on what you're going for. Depends on what you're going for sure. If you're doing like tech death, don't do that.
Tech death.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, necrophagist.
Shout out to one of my best friends, John and Abiotic. Shout out to John. But
Hell yeah.
Go listen to the new album, Icky Guy. Anyway. Yeah, man, Jacob Collier. The thing about it, Rick is amazing, but yeah, when you listen
Rick
to
Rick is a great analyst.
yes,
Yes.
He's a great analyst.
it's just like he did like he made like some sort of like symphonic arrangement thing, and then like he came out with it. I remember listening to it and thinking, sure, this is beautiful, but do I remember a single melody off of this? No, like I don't. I like stuff when I hear it for the first time. I like. And I know that's a more pop element, but like I like when I hear something for the first time and it's so catchy. I just want to.
You need a hook. You need that.
I just want to. Yeah, I love that.
There is one band that comes to mind that, like, technically speaking, like this band has one of the greatest guitarists I've ever listened to. Animals as Leaders. Have you guys heard of these?
Oh shit, Animals as Leaders. Okay, what you got to say about Animals as Leaders? Like one of my favorites actually. So
okay.
Let's go.
Okay,
They
so
suck.
the first song I heard from them actually was Physical Education. It was like and I was just like, holy shit, I can jam to this. And then the guitars got.
This shit's extremely catchy. Extremely.
Not only is it technically it's technically, like, in my opinion,
impressive.
I think it's technically impressive, but you can also like mosh to this, you can bang to this, and it stays in your head. And that's the type of balance that I look for in a song too, because initially Animals as Leaders, I thought, oh man, these guys are so technical, like I need just one song to grasp on, and it was Physical Education and New Eden. It proved to me that these guys not only can be very banger like and very technical wise, but they can be soft. They like, especially with how the guitarist plays the end of New Eden. It's just him. It's just the guitar. Like, this isn't borderline classical shit or something, but like I can vibe with it because it sticks with me. It's sticky,
Yeah, no real shit. One of the first songs I heard from them, Physical Education, obviously, but like Another Year, the riff off of that is like the whole. There's multiple parts off that song that are just so fucking memorable. Like literally, it's the type of shit I've caught myself like just humming to, type shit. That or like Ectogenesis. That fucking like the beginning like synth line. It's fucking cool, dude. Like they actually make such cool music.
Exactly. And Toothless is
Tooth and Nail, bro. When I get the 7, dude. When I get the 7, that song doesn't use the 8, so.
Which in a way it gets you hyped up from the moment it starts, man. It's incredible.
I've listened to that song. That shit's definitely like on the gym playlist for sure.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things that like makes you bang out a couple, maybe like one like last 2 reps or something.
For real, it makes you just want to blast your amp off just playing that shit. I have a 6 string and I try to play that shit every now and then. It's just wow, insane.
Yeah, if you ever get a 7, it's actually they don't use the 8 string, and it's the rest of the 7 strings are in standard. Like it's like a B. The low one's a B. It's not an A.
B. Okay, got you.
Yeah. So yeah. Actually, one of the first songs I'm trying to learn on that once I get to 7.
Love it.
Very fucking cool.
Well, I think the thing is, I think like Tosin and Javier and all those guys from that band, like they come from a certain generation where they know the art of the riff, like and a lot of generations know the art of the riff, but to have that catchy, like a riff in general is something that you just want to play over and over and over and over again. And to me, that's what it should be. You know, like
Yeah.
if somebody says I like that riff, it better be, yeah, you know, better be catchy. So yeah, and they're one of those bands, yeah. Even through the 7, the 8 strings, whatever, they know how to nail a melody, man.
Speaking of which, have we gotten to Elliot's most overhyped artist
yeah.
yet?
We're almost there. Yeah, we got somehow sidetracked from fucking MGK to like Travis Barker, over to Animals Leaders somehow.
We've traveled.
I'm sorry, dude. Holy shit.
I've been enjoying the show.
Please go ahead.
Who do you want to put on blast?
I got 2.
Oh, I can't wait.
Give it to us.
The Weeknd
Ooh.
and Mariah Carey.
Wow. Okay.
Let's hear for the Weeknd.
I'm going 1 out of 2 on your picks right there.
These can be considered hot takes, man. Holy shit.
I tried so hard to get into the Weeknd. I really, I like his pop. Or I'm sorry, it's all pop. I meant his singles. I like Blinding Lights. I like I Feel It Coming. I like the other song he did with Daft Punk,
Starboy.
Starboy. But it's all about sex and it's like I get it. And it's not fun or original. After Hours was boring. And the other one after that was boring again. It just felt like the same song after a while. Like I remember I was listening to it after a while for 20 minutes straight. And I'm like, oh, the song changed. It just felt like it was the same song after a while. And I didn't like it. And I just think that he's trying to be like a very minimalistic Michael Jackson. That's the best way I can put him as.
Yeah.
I have heard before his music being referred to as Planet Fitness music. Mind you, this doesn't reflect how I feel about him because I actually do. I'm not gonna lie. Like there is something I really appreciate in an artist, and it's when they like cross-reference with like older, like they sample like older things and stuff. One of my favorite songs of his is I think it's called Secrets. And it samples a Tears for Fears song, Pale Shelter. And the way my mind was blown the first time I heard that song because the way he incorporated that sample was actually like very, very cool. I just think, I don't know. He does suffer a lot from that effect of like the songs have the same kind of vibe. Lyrically, they're all very much about definitely like a party life. Like he's very much like he writes a lot about like party life essentially, and it gets a little old after a while. I will say his new release, I did listen to a few songs off of it, and it was interesting. He went for kind of like an 80s like goth type of thing. Very cool, like nice. It's appreciated, for sure. But I get you. Like with his like anything before that, I see what you're saying. I get you. Even with the shit that I do like from that era, I get you.
Yeah, I gotta admit, like one of my first introductions to The Weeknd was a song by Ariana Grande that I liked a lot called "Love Me Harder" back in the 2014 days. I remember back in high school, I would secretly like hum that song in the hallways, and it would be my guilty pleasure song. And the next one was "Earned It" off the 50 Shades of Grey soundtrack.
To be fair, nothing on that soundtrack is actually good. Let's just be real there. Like,
and nothing since then that came out of those 3 god awful movies ever was like.
There's 3. I thought they made 2.
Yep. 50 Shades.
How horny are these fucking women? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
How many shades are there?
Enough for Zayn and Taylor Swift to make a song together. God.
Holy shit.
Did not hear of that. Fuck.
But here's the one thing I'll say about The Weeknd, though. The Weeknd, I do agree, it gets a little old. It gets a little tiring, the whole party boy, fucking with women and all that stuff type mentality. But the aspect that I do find interesting is that he doesn't seem like he's enjoying it. It seems like he's tortured by it. Take the Dawn FM album, the most recent one. There's a song there called Sacrifice, which has a really cool like reverb guitar riff to it. It's like dun, 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 it's cool. It's fast paced, And
could you do that again? Because that sounded like it's the Inspector Gadget theme for a quick second.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah. And
Go ahead. Sorry, I just it's like that.
No, I get you. And Sacrifice, how I see it, it's kind of a vague song when it comes to its lyrics, but it sounds like he's talking about not wanting to sacrifice his mental health for a girl, but at the same time he can't stand it because this girl is, oh my god, she's so beautiful, the love of my life, bro. But like
girl, just for the record, the girl that he's talking about might be cocaine.
There you go. That's another point. That's another thing where he's living this lifestyle, but he just is. It seems like he's miserable by it. Another song called "Out of Time," like that. That's a slow burn. That's a slow burn song. It
All for some bad blow.
All for some bad blow. Exactly, Mickey Mouse. And
what?
And
sorry, you pulled that out of nowhere. What's the connection with
the connection?
Mickey Mouse.
You got to get that Mickey Mouse cocaine.
Mickey Mouse. That's
wait,
popular. Yeah, it's like the Mickey Mouse is the fake shit. That's a popular South Florida phrase right there, right? Isn't it?
Really? First time I ever heard it.
Mickey Mouse. That's that Mickey Mouse shit. Yep, that's the fake shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I have heard that line, so that's what that means. Okay.
Okay.
Noted.
I never heard of that before. I thought it was this
Mickey Mouse shit.
It's on Mickey Mouse.
That's some Mickey Mouse shit. You know what I mean, homie?
Mickey Mochi.
But back to your weekend rant.
Speaking of Mickey Mouse, going back to the club, going back into the song "Out of Time," it's really it really reflects how I would say the way I interpret the song is something like The Weeknd feeling like he's mortal. This is where the album cover comes in, where he's feeling old, like he's got a gray beard, he's got eye bags, and I think it's one of the more self-reflective songs on the album, where he just comes out of it, just says like, you know what, I am miserable, I do not like this lifestyle at all, and I feel like I like, there's part of me that wants to keep in this toxicity, but I know that with the passage of time, I'm getting older. I'm getting too old. Eventually, I'm going to die. And I don't want to be known as this guy who parties with a bunch of blow and snow in tow and cho and girls and everything. And eventually, I'm going to die alone and miserable, So that's the one saving grace that I can say for The Weeknd, at least with Dawn FM.
Before Dawn FM, though, wasn't his previous release? Sorry, I have names I'm not that deep into him, but damn, that sounds suggestive. But no, I mean, I'm not. So with the names, I'm not. That did not come out right. But yeah. So with his previous release, wasn't the whole thing with basically alluding to the lifestyle and shit, and he had the whole thing where it's he put on prosthetics and made it look like he got plastic surgery and shit, and the whole allusion to that album was this is consuming me, there's this lifestyle forces you to mold yourself a certain way and shit,
the stitches all over and
yeah, what the fuck, yeah, with the bandages and shit, I think is what it was. So he's been on that kind of yo, maybe I'm hinting at being a little miserable at this,
Yeah, it was kind of like the sign of the times, it was a prelude for what was to come, and I was happy for it because I ended up enjoying Dawn FM. It's a
cool album, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's different from his older shit. Definitely kind of takes a slightly different direction. Again, very 80s goth, very cool.
I mean,
exactly.
My opinion on the whole 80s revival, I think it's a record label thing. Not to be cynical at all. Well, I mean, that's realistic.
Oh, go ahead.
Because we talked about John Mayer earlier, 80s album that just came out. We're looking at The Weeknd, 80s theme. We're looking at Justin Bieber, a lot of 80s style music, Toto chorus type songs, and chord progressions and things like that.
Makes me want to go to Africa.
Yeah.
And we're getting a lot of that kind of stuff, and it's I feel like a lot of these record labels, everything, a lot, in the as the internet becomes a bigger and bigger thing every single hour, and we enter the information age, and we realize that album rollouts are a thing. These labels plan out certain moments, let's say, boy bands were not a coincidence, for example, things like that, so whatever. I was just saying that his 80s sound very cool, very interesting. It does sound good, but he's also working with, speaking of, I didn't realize he works a lot with Max Martin, who's a producer that that did the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera albums. He did all of them. So he's The Weeknd is very much plugged into that pop producer engineer world. So it's a lot of.
Should also mention he works with Kavinsky as well. Who's like straight out just like an actual like synthwave artist for like full on through. Yeah, very cool shit.
Yeah, and shout out to Amanda who says she enjoys The Weeknd, but he believes his own hype. But she thinks he believes his own hype. He did a great job at the Super Bowl, a one-man halftime show, and pulled it off. Almost an impossible task. Which
plus during COVID, like when there was no vaccine.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I do remember that show, and it was kind of crazy that he kind of pulled that off. I mean,
the memes that came out of it was funny though. Like when he was trying
to
find his way out of this freaking
the mirrors, the Bruce Lee.
Yeah, like how Elliot's character.
Right. Holy shit.
Elliot nailed it.
Yep. Literally.
Wow.
Yo. Also, where are y'all seeing the chat? Where's the link to that?
Oh, sorry. I just have our broadcast open here on my second screen.
If you go on
send me a link.
Okay, I'll send it.
I just went to their page. Sorry, but yeah. So I've just been looking at the chat this whole time. Shout out to Existent Being who says he has that album on CD, which I think he was talking about Animals as Leaders at that point.
Oh, nice, man. That's a worthy inclusion to your collection, my man.
Very cool.
I just sent it in the chat.
Oh, I see it now.
Okay, I got it.
I want to interact as well. I want to. Yeah.
Damn, do I look like that? Shit.
Yes.
You don't look like shit. But The Weeknd, yes. I don't know if maybe because I listen during the weekday and I don't enjoy it on the weekend. Maybe that's why. But
nice.
bad pun, I know. But I can't get into him. I'll try, but it's just stale and it's like get to the fucking point. It's just boring.
It's tired.
It's tired, and it makes me fall asleep. Honestly, like that's why it's called. I was gonna call it. It's more like what was the album called? The most recent one,
Dawn FM.
It should be called Dawn PM because I go to bed at PM.
Amanda says, "Here I am," and I will respond with "Rock You Like a Hurricane."
Oh, Scorpions.
The Scorpions.
I'm actually gonna see them soon with my partner. I think they're coming like. What is it, in the next couple of months or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Gnarly.
It's a funny story about them. I saw them live years ago. This was like 2010 with Rat and I forgot who else.
Megadeth?
No, it wasn't that. It was Rat and
Def Leppard?
Rat.
No. I don't know. Some other band. It might have just been Rat. I might be remembering wrong, but I just remember that like literally before the actual show, like when they were setting it up and shit, you know how they play music, out the speakers and stuff. More people were singing along to like fucking Rockstar by Nickelback than like any, like people got hype as fuck for that song. People got so fucking hype. Like you hear like a whole like mass of people singing. When it comes down to like actual, Scorpions starting to play, everybody's just like in their seats. Nothing, like just the deadest crowd.
Wow. They're just asking each other, like, you gotta pay, man? Yeah, I think I gotta pay, man. I think let's go pay, man.
Yeah, no,
yeah, wow. Yeah.
Sad shit. I hope it's better this time. Like, I hope the crowd is better.
Facts. Scorpions.
Okay, Amanda is telling me to school the Mariah Carey, so I gotta get.
Oh yeah, you can't leave us saying.
Oh yeah,
Mariah Carey. Please go off.
Because I first of all, I completely disagree with you on that. But go ahead.
I will give her one thing. My guilt. I don't believe in guilty pleasures. But the only song that I think is guilty pleasure is her Christmas song. I have to admit, I don't want to like it, but I like it a lot.
It's a good song.
I feel that it's okay. I sang it in choir.
Dude, it's not Christmas if I don't go to the mall and hear that song.
That's right. That's like that should be the Macy's like Christmas theme song, because every time I go in there, that's like the only song that is plastered in my ears is that song. Or like
every time I hear that song, I'm like, you know what? Bath and Body Works. Let's hit it. I need a new candle for this joint. Let me go grab that bamboo one. That's the classic.
Let me get the teak wood. Like, yeah.
It's a pleasure to hear that song come on.
Which
You know what I
candle
mean? I'm
scent
like,
do you?
oh yeah. I was like, I need
Which
some-
candle scent do you want? Ginger on steroids or
Do you want
Japanese
sunshine and
blossom?
daydream? Like what you want? Like
What, you actually have it?
I'm one of those losers that's using one of these
oh, I
things
got
now.
this
The,
one
Dude.
too.
the oil,
Nice.
the oil thing that you just plug in.
Yes.
Well, this is
Yeah, I
crack.
got that shit
I need,
too.
yeah, I need to refill I need to refill the crack right here. Yep.
Yes.
Quick plug. I do like I'm really into aromatherapy. I'm really into aromatherapy, so I do candle. Like in fact, I got an IKEA candle going on right now. Yeah. And
Are those essential oils?
Candles.
yeah, I got these are. This one is a fragrance oil. There's this company called Magic Candle Company, and they make the scents from Disney World.
Ooh.
So this one
Is
is
it
from the
weird?
Polynesian Hotel, and the other one is from Pirates of the Caribbean. So
Interesting.
it's good.
Awesome.
So
It's
it
pretty
depends on the
awesome.
scent because some of the scents are like I hate the candles. But different conversation. Mariah Carey. I got to school you.
Speaking of scents, let's talk about Mariah.
Yes,
Yes,
Mariah
I'm gonna-
Carey.
Let's get
Mariah
into some comments. Sense.
Lavender. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. I just think she's a talented singer. I do think that there are certain notes that the average singer can hit beyond. I don't know what the octave is, but it's like level 5, 6, or 7, whatever it is.
There's
I
a
think
reason
it-
Ariana Grande is trying to mow her down.
Oh yeah.
I believe it was a high C, and we're not talking juice.
But
Why?
I just I don't get the I never liked her music. It just like it's too safe. It's too just I know we're kind of having like a recurrent conversation about the music and bland or whatever, but like over the years of her
What song are
discography,
you referring to? Sorry, specifically.
we
What song is the
belong
one-
together.
Yeah, that was her
Oh,
pop.
come on,
That was her-
Elliot.
That was
It's
her moment.
cool.
That was her kind of moment. Yeah, that where it got repetitive and really poppy.
Is that the same song where it's like what a girl wants, what a girl? Is that the one?
It's that same kind of vibe. What a Girl
Okay.
Wants is Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Is it that kind of because it was
Same
around
kind
that
of
time,
vibe.
right? Wasn't there kind of a little that
It
kind
has
of
like the same swing to it. Sure, yeah.
exactly?
Yeah.
But I never really cared, and there's this whole diva thing or whatever, and I she also is a also that New York New Year's Eve show was awesome to watch her not even like practice and then like screwed up on live and then like later
Okay, well,
learned her.
she's been addicted to prescription drugs for quite some time, so she's
Yeah.
usually always.
No,
She's
yeah.
usually always.
It's kind of telling when someone asks her for her age and she's like, I stopped counting at 17.
What?
Amanda says then in '98 she kind of lost me with Honey. This is later Mariah, not Grammy Mariah. Interesting.
Oh, that's right. And Amanda was saying that at the time, pop princesses like Tiffany and Debbie Gibson were on the scene, and they were starting to sound the same. And then Mariah burst into the scene. Yeah, and it was something completely different, especially when she was doing the collabs with Boys to Men.
Right.
I mean, my mom had the emotions on tape. And that was her jam right there. My mom used to, I used to definitely hear her, doing the dishes, jamming out to some. You got me feeling emotional. Yep.
Dude, my mom would blast Emotion on high. Like when I was living in Kendall in my Miami days, she would always be blasting that. Seriously,
Great song.
Incredibly catchy song. Absolutely.
So I guess I do get it. It was some really good stuff. I do remember hearing it and thinking this is some next level Ishmael right here.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you on one thing, Elliot, that there was one time where she decided not to go safe and diss Eminem.
Yeah.
Back in the why are you so obsessed with me? And I'm just like, no, just don't do it. It's too much auto-tune, man.
Yeah.
No.
I did not know of this. What the fuck?
I loved Obsessed because they had Gucci Mane on it, and that's when Gucci was new, and I was in high school at the time, and I was really into Gucci with me and my friends. So I was like, oh shit, we were like, Gucci got this new song with Mariah. nuts.
And
So that was a moment for us.
Yeah, it did. And it was kind of embarrassing for Mariah because Eminem responded. This was back in his right after he released Curtain Call with that fact song, and he was kind of dropping off and still, but he won that beef because like he released a diss track to Mariah Carey, even bringing in like mentioning Nick Cannon, her then hubby at the time, and then
I mean, I always thought Eminem was kind of whack for the whole kissing and telling shit. Anyway, he mentioned Christina Aguilera, and like a long time ago, because him and her probably did some shit. And he was always on some. He was always trying to be on some weird shit. It was like, whatever, man. You did some shit. Nobody needs to know. Amanda says that she's turning into Fat Elvis, and I'm so glad Amanda said that, so we didn't have to.
I'm pretty sure like when Christmas ends, we just get a Ghostbusters ghost catcher machine, just put it under her legs, and then she just floops right back in until next Christmas.
Does that mean she's the devil in disguise?
No, yeah. I mean,
the last I've seen of Mariah Carey, she was wearing a very expensive dress in her jacuzzi, just sitting there and in a nice luxury dress, just sitting in her jacuzzi talking some shit. And,
vibes.
But like, Mariah Carey. But I think this is the discussion of the pop, like reinventing yourself, going through this stuff like that. Like to me, like I like Lady Gaga a lot because to me it's like she can sing anything she fucking wants. Blues, rock, jazz, you name it, she can fucking do it. Her album Joanne was awesome because she talked about family and stuff like that. And it was also just, to me, like I feel like there's more, not heart, I don't want to say that, but to me it's like I feel like there's pop one that's kind of like you do the songs, you go through that or whatever, but then when you use that image, not use the image, but when you take advantage of it and you show this is really the who I am or whatever, that's what Lady Gaga did. Mariah Carey, though, to me, is just riding on this wave of this brand that she created. Kind of like Cardi B, in my opinion.
I find Mariah so much more soulful than a Lady Gaga. Like Lady Gaga is dope, but she comes off as like this really sterile Broadway type performer where it's just like every song sounds like a Broadway performance where it's so like it's nice, but it's so overdone. It's got this like strange like like type of Broadway thing going on.
Is it Mariah Carey?
What release are we talking about though? Because if we're talking about like older Gaga, I can see that about newer Gaga.
Yeah, older Gaga was more dance.
Really?
Yeah,
like I just get a drama kid vibe from Lady Gaga, which is fine. Right. But I'm just kind of like, this is like some High School Musical on a top level tier type shit. Like
you could bet on it.
Yeah, it's just like sounds great, but to me, I'm just like, yo, you're a drama kid. You could tell from a bajillion miles away.
Oh yeah,
I mean, theatrics were always like a part of her style, though. Like, I mean, you can't really fault her too much for like, it's just what she's in,
Exactly. Like, and so that's all. Amanda says she disagrees with Gaga. She can't sing anything she wants. She has songs written in her specific range abilities, and she yells a lot.
She tends to belt. That's true. I feel like again, just for the style of music, though, like she, I'm saying like she definitely has it. But then again, I know her from like her early days, so it's like I remember when
Akon signed her, and she was on that song with Wale, and she was featured on. The DC chillin', PG chillin', and she was on the chorus of that song. I remember that song, but it was cool because she was an Akon artist. So shout out to Akon, who's rolling in the money because of her.
Oh yeah, Akon.
And then he handed her off, I suppose. But she's dope. She's so dope. Like her Super Bowl performance, first of all.
Oh yeah,
wow. What year was that? Wasn't that back in 2011, 2012?
No, that was 2016, 17.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I'm gonna use the bathroom really quick, homies. So
you're good. There's also that famous meme where she like literally would just like jumped off and went It just like fell.
Oh
down.
yeah,
That's from the Super Bowl performance. That's from where
right.
she's
Yeah,
like doing
yeah.
the little spider crawl on the way down.
And then people made the allegory. People made like the comparison, like, is that just SpongeBob after he just nailed the Goofy Goober rock solo on the guitar?
The spider crawl on the way down. I don't know what that was, but it's part of that. It's part of that theater vibe where I'm just like, yo, you could do anything. Like you could be a fucking ninja if you wanted to be.
To
like,
me, and the fact that she was able to jump from like up top to down there, I'm like, okay, I would probably looking like, you know, Spider-Man trying to figure out what to do. Like with great power comes with great responsibility, but like it's. Yeah,
dude, she jumped off. I think she jumped off on a zip line and threw a ball through a football through a hoop and landed it. It was pretty wild.
Damn, Michael Jordan will be proud. She could be in Space Jam too.
3
or 3.
You know that sequel's coming, dude.
Amanda says she's a marketing copycat and sings what she sells. She will be Cher. Honestly, when people say these things, it's like which Gaga are you referring to? Because mind you, I will say like I kind of fell off of her like after like Art Pop. Like I thought Art Pop was like a pretty decent record, but then after that, I just kind of like sort of fell off me and I just wasn't that interested in her anymore. But from what I remember, like the Fame Monster and Born This Way were fucking like for the time like that was some pretty crazy shit. Like she was pretty darn original, at least like in her beginnings. Like I said, Art Pop like.
I like her tunes, like the Bad Romance. That's a tune.
Yeah, back in 2009, that was everywhere. And like now that you're bringing up Art Pop, I remember the moment where I decided to look into her back catalog was where I heard a song from Art Pop called Lord of the Rings, called
Mad Respect.
Lord of the Rings Lego. That's what I'm saying, bro. But
I just got that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go out of nowhere. I just see like Lego. Sorry, go ahead.
Lego laps. But I was the moment I heard "Do What You Want," that was the moment where I decided, okay, I gotta check this girl out. There's probably more to her. And I remember because on platforms, I remember R. Kelly being a feature.
Yeah. Ooh, it sucks because that's one of the better songs off that album too. It's really, really shameful with fucking shit with R. Kelly, dude. Yeah. I think she did something like as a response to that. Like she like either made an announcement saying she's not gonna work with him anymore, or like took his feature off the album somehow. I don't fucking know.
She replaced it with Christina Aguilera.
Really? I gotta listen to that shit. All right.
Yeah, there was a live performance with Christina Aguilera.
Interesting.
Singing with Lady Gaga, and it's a great performance. They really killed it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because fuck R. Kelly, bro. Honestly, but yeah, it's sad because it's one of the better songs off that album. Honestly,
exactly. Don't piss on me. But Amanda is saying she was trying to be Elton John and Madonna. She admitted it when she hit the scene. I give her props for being an entertainer, but in no way I can call her a great singer.
It's valid, honestly. Like vocal technique, she's not like the 100% greatest. I think she definitely puts practice into what she does, and like for her style, and for the type of music she makes, like if it's fitting. But yeah, no, totally right. I mean, she's not like the greatest vocally. She's a better like, what would be the term? Like composer, like general. Put song together or put album together conceptually. She's very. I like the concepts of her albums too. You know, it's cool to have that. In like a very Bowie way, she makes her albums very conceptual, which is cool.
Yeah, I dig how some of her songs are structured. Like "Edge of Glory" is one of my favorite songs from her. And any song that has a random sax solo in the middle of it, oh God, it instantly catches me by surprise because like I remember
Miasma and Ghost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good song.
I remember December of 2011. Like everyone was bumping that song, and God, it was such a great moment because I was in Disney World, and they were bumping on the DJ right on Epcot, and they were blasting that song, and everybody was dancing, everybody was on their feet. So
in Epcot,
yeah,
like in Future World, or like
for the New Year's, where they had all the DJs in every single pavilion.
Oh yeah, at Epcot they get lit around that past, present, future world or whatever. There's a DJ that sets up right around there, and yeah, they do like a whole performance and people dance and it gets lit. I've seen it. I've been around there for one of those moments.
It's like the bass gives you a reach around just to keep going, man.
It's a lituation. It's a lituation.
Sorry, past, present, future world. I love it. It's a Christmas Carol pavilion.
Let's get litty in this bitch. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so future world and like a world showcase. Because I was there at Christmas and they would have like all the different like their own version of Santa and stuff like that, like on Christmas Eve, and it's a lot of fun. But New Year's I've never been. That's interesting. I got to do that. I got to walk around the world and with Legato.
Who this be?
Cat's back.
Hey Legato.
Aww.
Hey man.
What a guy.
Does Legato have any suggestions? Like, is he gonna say like Alvin the Chipmunks or something for his so
Wait, is his name Legato?
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. That's the greatest shit I've heard. Damn, Legato, fuck.
Look, he's biting me. He's like, oh, he's protesting right now.
He has a twin brother. He has a twin brother named Staccato.
You can
Staccato.
Staccato.
You got Legato and Staccato. That's fucking great. I love that.
No kidding.
Thanks, man. You know, if I ever got another cat, I always wonder what to name it. If I ever got another one, I think I'm just gonna call it Rockstar. That's it.
Or Post Malone.
Oh.
The Rockstar.
Oh.
Or Chad Kroger. You never forget. You do not mess with the elder gods. You do not recite the Bible to me. I wrote the verses, damn it.
That's right. You name him Nickelback or Quarterfront?
Bro, why not Nickel Cat?
Or Tinkle Sack.
Nickel Cat.
Nickel Cat, yeah.
So everybody, I got my Wolverine shot glass tonight.
Oh, it's sick.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet.
Oh yeah, brother. Honestly, if I didn't have work tomorrow, I'd totally be drinking with you right now.
Feel you, man. We're gonna take a shot tonight, bub. Cheers, everybody.
Did you just call me Blob? I'm sorry. That's a reference to the origins. We don't talk about that.
Do you guys have any other artists or bands that you're thinking of at the moment?
I got a second artist for the evening, but are we going in order? So Javi first, right?
Oh shit! All right.
This might be the last round. What am I, Scooby Doo? The last round.
Raggy. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all like two choices because I had two. I had two possible choices to go with here. One is the the Smith Kids. Willow and Jada.
The Willow Tree, most overrated tree.
The Willow Tree.
Fucking willow trees, dude. Oak is definitely a better wood for sure. Anyways, anyways, yeah. So fucking so the Smith Kids or the White Stripes.
Whoa, nice.
Which
Jack and Meg White, eh?
Honestly, sure. I mean, that definitely got more of a reaction, so let's go with that. Yeah, I can't stand the White Stripes, honestly. I've given it a chance. You know, obviously there's like Seven Nation Army as a former guitar teacher. That shit's like the bane of my fucking existence.
Yeah.
They're gonna rip it off.
It's so bad. I can't do it. But I've tried to listen to some of their other stuff. You know, like not a deep dive, but just actual consideration for other tracks. Maybe those are good. Maybe they're better.
Do you like Fell in Love with a Girl?
Oh
Yes.
no.
That was the song we
I
did.
don't.
That was the song. Alizar, that was the one that we did for Room 108.
I absolutely remember that, and it was great. I love that song. That was another one of those videos. Bless you. There was another.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
So nice. We did it twice. Sorry. Fell in Love with a Girl was one of the videos I taped back in the day too, because they had that dope ass Lego themed video.
That's right.
And
yeah,
really cool video for the time. Very fun to watch.
That's right. But Javi, continue your rant on
the White Stripes.
The White Stripes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just find them to be very. It's like catchy, but not in a good way. Is what I would describe a lot of their songs, like a very cookie cutter, I would say. And also, like, hey man, I don't think technical skill should be like the number one driving factor of what makes a guitarist good. This guy lacks technical skill, and in my opinion, just does not. His riffs just don't slap. Like, it just doesn't. Nothing about his guitar playing is like capturing to me in any way. It's very sloppy.
It's like Kurt Cobain, but less catchy.
Yeah, I mean, and even then, Kurt Cobain had like some pretty, like I guess like
Kurt
decent
Cobain had
riffs,
riffs,
Yeah, like he
riffs,
had riffs, you know what I'm
licks
saying?
for days. Kurt Cobain could write.
Yeah,
And Jack's live performances, like whenever take the song "Icky Thump" for example. That's a song I actually like by the White Stripes, but it's like every time he does the solo for "Icky Thump" live, it's just a weird amalgamation of notes, man. It's just
random bullshit.
It's random bullshit.
That picture of Moon Knight where he's like, random bullshit, go.
Yeah, exactly. Then Khonshu comes in from the
very
back.
sloppy, but it's not even like tastefully sloppy. You know what I'm saying? It's just sloppy. Like
Careful, he's
like,
listening.
Oh shit.
Tastefully sloppy. That's what she said. Amanda.
Already.
Whoa. Rewind. Amanda says maybe you boys haven't heard of Black Mall Willow, which I happen to be currently growing. She's growing a tree called Black Mall, which I know that you guys Star Wars fans. I'm sure you guys are digging.
That's Darth Maul.
Yeah.
She says the White Stripes. No, Jack White. Yes. And have we heard his new album? I haven't, but I mean,
I have not. No,
not heard.
He just decimated my interest in him so badly. I have not brought myself to, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know. I give people the chance, man. Like maybe outside of the White Stripes and shit, and outside of the all the things that I've heard from him, maybe he's. He has something that's more of value. One of the things I wanted to say about Jack White is like, I don't understand. If you ever seen that documentary, it might get loud or something like that.
I've heard of it. Might get loud.
Heard of it? Yeah, I've seen clips from it.
Yeah, it's Jack White, Jimmy Page, and The Edge from U2.
So it's like, yes, I have, yes.
Yeah, which even then I would, my God, this is slightly off topic, but I would even say The Edge is overrated as fuck as a guitarist. Like, what
he
the
just
fuck?
builds a chord after a while for
reverb.
No,
reverb
his entire sound is just like effects, my dude. Like literally racks upon racks of effects. Like,
yeah,
I feel like he's more of like a keyboard player that just found a guitar.
Type shit. But I'm going back to my original topic here. It's like,
yes.
How do you put these two? Mainly again because we're speaking about Jack White. How do you put him on the at the level of like a Jimmy Page? Mind you, I even would say Jimmy Page is one of those artists that's like pioneer of the time. Over time, just kind of overplayed. Whatever, it aged not that greatly. He sounds. A lot of guitarists could pull off a Jimmy Page sound. It's not that special anymore. But if you're gonna consider him for his like pioneering, which is really what his what his main thing is in the in the year 2022 and whenever the fuck that movie came out, it was like 10 years ago.
I think 15.
Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, but it's still like in recent history, in pretty darn recent history. How do you put him at that level? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I have two answers. I think it's because of Seven Nation Army, and I do believe that there are certain riffs that he has that are really good. And it's fun. It sounded, there's a lot of brevity in his guitar playing. It was like really nice and integral. Or it's also the fact that if you get Jack White and Jack Black, you get Jack Gray. It could be that as well.
It could be a marriage made in heaven, then.
Anybody here Jewish? Anybody here Jewish by any chance?
No.
My tuchus is not Jewish.
They did a Jewish girl once.
I'm not gonna make the jokes I want to make tonight. No, I'm kidding. But Seven Nation Army. I was at a bowling alley, maybe a year ago. No, definitely over a year ago. And I was in this bowling alley, and there was probably a bar mitzvah birthday party type, not bar mitzvah, like a birthday party type situation for a bunch of Jewish kids in the lane next to us.
Okay.
And when each of them would go up, they would like hype each other up, for them to bowl, and they would sing these songs in Hebrew or whatever,
Okay.
And one of the songs they would sing, I swear to God, is the melody for Seven Nation Army.
You're kidding me.
They kept singing the song, and it was like da 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 da. And I'm like, but they were singing it in a Jewish.
in
they were using Jewish. They were using Hebrew words, yes, to go along with the melody.
Like Yiddish.
Interesting.
Like
That could
No,
actually-
Yiddish is a dialect.
Yiddish is something
Oh,
else.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
It
sorry.
was like actual Hebrew. Like they were like clapping along with it in that time. But it's the melody. I was like, is that Seven Nation Army?
Yeah,
And,
that could make for a more interesting version of the song than we actually ended up getting.
Yeah,
That's the thing, like,
Real shit.
To me, like Seven Nation Army was the first lick I learned on bass, and that's the thing. It's a good,
dope.
like, you know what it is? It's our generation Smoke on the Water. I feel
It's a sweet child of mine for bass.
Yeah.
fucking hate
That's
that
what it is.
song. Oh, can I go next?
Yeah,
Sure.
Guns N' Roses is my pick.
I can see that. Okay. I'll say-
Honestly, I could agree. I used to love Guns N' Roses. I could honestly agree. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Fuck. Damn it. I want to disagree because they have such a big impact on. I'm not even that big of a fan. It's just I know a lot of people that were affected by that. Like I know people that were like there, so they were like, but when we talk about the overall legacy,
It's
yeah,
that
Overrated.
first album,
it didn't last. Yeah, it didn't last.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
like there's my mom loves this bass player. She loves him. Even got to meet him.
Duff McKagan.
Is he?
Duff McKagan.
No,
Yo, your mom got to meet Duff McKagan?
No.
Because my mom got to meet Duff McKagan.
Different bass player. This is when Duff McKagan and Slash left. His name is Tommy Stinson.
Oh,
I
is this
see,
like
I
in the Chinese democracy era?
That
Was a
I
whole
don't
different
remember.
fucking crew, bro. I think the only original member there was the drummer. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
even freaking Buckethead was there for a time. I remember like the making of that
That
album.
was
a
weird,
whole
yeah, that-
shit show.
Sorry, Amanda says he has a great reputation amongst really good musicians, some that I know. That is something I tend to consider. Who are we talking about, Amanda? Sorry. Who are we talking about a second
Was that
ago?
still about
Might be
Jack White or?
Was it
Jack
Tommy
White?
Stinson that I said?
I don't know. Yeah, so please,
Because
Amanda,
Tommy
clear it up for
Stinson
us.
is Tommy Stinson was a bass player in a band called The Replacements, which was like kind of good in the like alternative scene in the 80s, I would say as well. I don't know how to describe this stuff, but like my mom fucking loves them. That's her favorite band. Like, and he actually was the bass player for Guns N' Roses for a long time, and he was actually the musical director for them for live shows and stuff like that. And so I kind of have a little soft because like I don't really listen to a lot of music by Replacements or whatever, but I should. It's just because my mom loves them, so I was like, okay, if my mom loves them, then I gotta get into it. But my mom doesn't do the same thing for Mastodon, so god damn it, mom, listen to some Mastodon. Anyway,
It was Jack White. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Jack
she
White.
says
okay.
Guns N' Roses fought their way literally to where they are. And since the scene was rough, those guys could swing fists. Yeah, I know for sure. I mean that we could talk. There could be an entire episode dedicated to the whole Sunset Strip fucking LA scene.
Facts.
I think a
Motley
lot of those bands are
Crue,
still
kinda.
cool in like a very like almost ironic way.
It's
I'm
like
not gonna lie. I used to love 80s metal, dude. Like I used to love hair metal.
it's dope, bro. Like, bro, they had the art of the groove locked into the riff. Like, it was just like, it's like good shit. But like, I guess it's one of those like you had to be there type of like times. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, literally.
Right, like where we look back at it now and it's dope, but it's like, man, when you see it at that time, when it's like the newest dope shit where you have nothing to compare it to, oof.
Yeah, it's like
That's
Sinead
it.
O'Connor. Nothing compares to you.
Sinead O'Connor. I thought you were gonna talk about her for a second, but yeah, that's funny. But she's actually pretty dope too. Man.
She's good.
tight.
I like her because she's
good.
Irish, so it's good to have representation. But
She's tight, yo.
she's
Anyway, what?
But
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses, it's fucking cheesy.
I love that squeak.
I
Like a little squeak that came out, and then you're like,
Alright.
I feel you. Like I feel you. Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
I was
that's valid, man. The year 2022, I think it's pretty valid to say like that. You know, it
It
definitely
made
aged kind of
sense
poorly.
why they were
like,
popular. It's like that category you made about they were popular for a bit, but then like I guess I missed something. Sorry.
No. I'm just like I'm fucking. I don't know what's going on.
But like it was that category that Javi made where it's like they were popular for a minute, but now it doesn't really stick.
and pioneered something. Like Slash definitely did some shit. That guy had an impact for sure. He brought Les Pauls back. I mean, if it wasn't for him, Gibson would not be in business right now.
Fact. And you know, it's funny.
You
He
know?
started on BC Rich. Gibson approached him later.
Yeah, and no, that Les Paul that he used on Appetite for Destruction was a replica made by some luthier. Like that wasn't even a fucking real Gibson. Like
It's a fact, big old fact right there.
Well,
Love
and also I personally think I personally like Slash's solo career more than Guns N' Roses. If you ask me.
same here. That's totally valid. Seen him live. He's great.
Oh man, like Miles
That guy
Kennedy.
got riffs. That guy could play his dude. Slash could play his ball sack off, dude.
Yeah, Velvet. Was it Velvet Underground?
Underground.
No, Velvet Underground. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're great. And
Velvet
then
Underground. What a great band name, by the way. Velvet Underground. That's like right up there with Downstairs Kitchen. I love that. That's fantastic.
Downstairs kitchen.
It's fantastic.
like upstairs attic. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good one. But no, I just think Guns N' Roses is pretty, you know, it's like it's the same thing with Motley Crue or Kiss for me. It served a purpose, but now it's kind of like I don't know, like Kiss to me, Javi and I kind of agree. Like to me, we made a comparison where it's like a comic book character we try to get into, but then it's like it doesn't really stick out. Like it doesn't really.
Kiss is more of a brand than anything, really. Like their music is
but-
like.
If Gene Simmons is any, Gene Simmons could copyright his mom where he came from, and he would get a ton of money. Like with how many like copyright claims he's gotten with everybody who's he even mentions the name Kiss. It's just like he's infamous now for that.
Well, like also the
Yeah,
fact that, for
bullshit.
example, like
By the way,
he tried to
not cutting it-
copyright this.
Yeah, Gene
so
Simmons needs to
stupid.
calm down. It's like
He tried to copyright like OJ, like saying orange, like to refer to orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
According to Ronnie James Dio, that he apparently tried to copyright that. So
Gene
also,
Simmons
Amanda
is
says
like
Velvet Revolver. Yes, very cool, very cool
Velvet
band.
Revolver. Velvet
Yes.
Underground had Lou Reed.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you for the correction.
Yeah, I got a little confused there. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, were you referring to like a different Velvet Underground? Like, no, Velvet Revolver was really fucking cool.
Well, thankfully they still kept the sexual reference in that innuendo. So yeah, Velvet Revolver. Now it's just a wiener instead of a.
so weird. Definitely slithering in some
That's right.
places.
Speaking of
Sorry.
Kiss with Love Gun, it's kind of the same thing, you know? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sex Pistols.
Oh my god. What was it like to know Sid Vicious? He's dead.
What about Ibanez Tube Screamer? Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Anyway,
But-
Velvet Underground, folks.
Velvet Underground.
Oh,
No, that's a
next
good.
choice. Next choice.
Yes. I can go on and on, but like our Kiss gets an honorable mention. I'll mention this time. But that's the thing too. To me, it's like I want to say they're overrated, but they're important because a lot of bands succeeded because of them. Like Rush, Judas Priest. I'm thinking of another band. Opened for Kiss, and that helped their career.
That's
Like,
true.
Van
Exponentially.
Halen also opened for them, apparently.
Van Halen, that was the other one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And
And that
into-
helped them so many ways. And like some of my favorite bass players love Gene Simmons. And I'm like, and there's that thing where to me, it's like I have that rule where it's like if there's like my musical influences or my musical, like the people I listen to, then I have to listen to like I get grandfathered in. Okay, I have to listen to what they listen to. So like Metallica listens to Motorhead. What does Motorhead listen to? You listen to Eddie Cochran and they listen to other
Eddie
like,
Cockring. No kidding.
oh my god, we gotta stop. I'm trying to be professional and there's like
Sorry.
Let's not put Joe Cocker into this
Should
either.
I tell you guys a story about? No, never mind. Sorry. No, let me not. Not on this podcast. Next time.
And also bringing up Kiss, going back to the 90s, if no Kiss, no Weezer. So Weezer's like one of my signature bands right there. So thank you, Kiss.
Shout out
next.
to Kiss for well, Kiss. Here's the thing: Kiss inspired so many. That's the thing I realized. Like they are a band that not just, even if the music isn't that great, their image inspired so many people, so many children, to just rock out.
Real shit, dude.
Oh,
Even
fine.
nowadays, we wouldn't have a Ghost if it wasn't for Kiss. Like,
Yeah.
Ghost pretty much took like that same like business model, I guess, or not business model, I guess like concept model type of shit. You know, like give it some theater, give it some costumes and shit. You know, it's
Oh well,
totally
shout
valid.
out to Amanda. Absolutely, you're right, Javi, on that. Amanda says Kiss was important because they crossed rock over to disco, which I didn't even think about. They did do that genre crossing goodness, which was rare. Um, yeah, man. I mean, that's Kiss is a good mention. Kiss is a good mention. Who was it? Elliot? Elliot, you mentioned that?
Yep, Elliot did.
Good choice, man.
Thank you.
All right, who's up next, man?
Next.
I think you're up next, actually, Alistair.
Oh, you know what? My choice.
Oh,
My second and more important choice for tonight's list, and my last choice, because I think we're running kind of heavy.
Yeah, I got work. I got work at 9 in the morning, so we gotta.
Hey, same. Fuck yeah.
That's a lot of fun. But we'll end this when we end this. But go ahead. Go.
Overrated artist Jennifer Lopez.
Yep. Yeah.
J-Lo, okay.
Okay. Yeah. I will pop off on that
I
one.
thought you almost said Jennifer.
I'm gonna
Aniston.
stand by for the most part because I'm not so well versed on Jennifer Lopez to know her like that. So I'll just observe what you guys have
Well,
to
you
say
know what?
about
What you know, here's the thing. What you know of Jennifer Lopez is probably her most important work, and it ain't great, but you know what I mean. Like you probably know "Waiting for Tonight."
Waiting for tonight.
You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
you would be.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah,
probably-
that's a song right there.
You might know "My Love Don't Cost a Thing." You know.
Maybe.
I'm
I'm sure I heard a lot of these on like fucking like pop stations in like 2005 or some shit. Like,
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a little extra spoiled because I grew up in South Florida, which along with you guys. So like, we're exposed to it a little bit extra because she's Puerto Rican, and we get a little bit extra of that out here. So the exposure is heavy. So I mean, that's another big thing. But her music, I feel like her voice, mediocre. What? Like I listen to some of these things and I'm like, bro, like, dude, like anybody could sing these songs. Like anybody could have sang this shit.
Yeah. I
the
prefer
song-
Selena, basically.
Yeah, well, but Selena had way more complicated melodies and more intricate stuff going on. You know what I mean? Real more intricate rhythms and all that in the music. Like Jennifer Lopez, man, Shorty was dialing it in,
Yeah.
owning it in. Half the time, like it was just like, man, these songs are so like basic. Like what is her most epic song? I'm trying to think of it right now.
Booty.
No.
From 2014 with Iggy Azalea.
Oh,
that happened?
Is that a song?
That's it.
What
I
the
Dude,
fuck?
I'm not
Dude,
familiar.
Javi, check out the music video for Booty. It's basically 1 3-minute ad for Pornhub.
Oh no.
Definitely save that for a particular time. Hold on.
Kathy in
the
Kathy in the chat says, yes, it's true. I mean, Kathy knows. We grew up with Jennifer Lopez out here, man. And it was kind of like she's just super okay. Like when you listen to the music, it's fine. Like the songs are good. The songwriting is good, but she didn't write the song. Like it could have been anybody. Like it's just when she got that marketing and she's a good dancer. She could dance. Like her career started as a backup dancer. And it's funny. Amanda says, funny enough, she says singing is her first love, not dancing. That's so funny. I mean, which I find the biggest BS. All that means is buy my album. And yeah, man, she's super. Like she's a good dancer, and then she is a bless you. Her fashion sense is good. And I mean, she also has stylists, so it's not like she's even picking out her clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
it's kind of saying it's like saying Rihanna saying, "Oh, I love the makeup that she has," but it's like the one that she sells, but it's not the one that she actually uses.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like Jennifer Lopez, even the iconic dress, the green dress with the boobs on, the side boob action going on,
Yeah.
back in the early 2000s.
They look like two hippo ears, one pointing one way and the other one pointing the other way.
It was like two. It was, even that whole thing, like it's just, it was dope, but it's like she didn't pick that out. I don't think she picked that out. I think somebody was like, I mean, whatever. Jennifer Lopez is my pick there, and Amanda says she sang and danced with Janet
Jackson. I do
Janet
remember
Jackson.
that.
That's another one I think is overrated. But we'll
You know what? You're onto something.
Because she should not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If fucking Motorhead are not in the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Janet Jackson, Madonna do not need to.
They're not.
Do not. I'm
Janet-
sorry.
Janet got dope songs, but man, when you really listen to the music, you're like, dude, your backup singers are putting in hella work.
Yeah, but again, there's certain artists that should not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Fucking
I didn't even
Motorhead.
choose them. Motorhead should not be in the Hall of Fame. You said what?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Did you say Motorhead should not be there?
No, should be. They're not in it.
Yes.
Them and Black
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Sabbath.
is a fucking meme, dude. In all honesty,
It
like,
is.
that shit's
It
a
is some
meme.
BS.
It's like
A lot of people, they don't even let you invite your family to the shit, dude. Like, I forgot what band it was, but like they were like, I forgot what band it was, but like they didn't even want to go because like they were trying to invite their family and they were like, nah, you only get like one ticket and it's got to be like something and you can't do like they were just like, what? Like we can't invite like
there's like a fucking room full of like a sea of people.
Yeah, they were like, dude, yeah, exactly. They were like, dude, we're the ones winning the award. Like you told us we're winning the award tonight. We can't invite our family. It was some bullshit.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
I gotta find what band that was. Yeah, I forgot. I gotta figure out what band that was. But
I also love how Dolly Parton said she initially said, "Oh, hey, you want to come to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?" And she's like, "No," but then like she later accepted it again. But I thought it was like, I don't know. It's just she's like, "I'm not rock, I'm country." Like it was just the funny, like it was just because I have to admit, because they should not be called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anymore. It should just be called the American Music Hall of Fame now. It's not fucking rock and roll.
Literally, bro. Literally. Like
LL Cool J is being considered. I'm sorry. Nothing against LL Cool J.
LL Cool J is cool. He's just not rock and roll, bro. What the fuck is this? Like,
it's not like, you know.
Half of these motherfuckers aren't rock and roll. What is this now? Like,
dude, even Run DMC is part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's just, like they're primarily a hip hop group, and
they might be an exception though. They might be an exception.
Aerosmith, that one Aerosmith collab.
With the Walk This Way thing in the '80s, man, that they did with Aerosmith.
But like Tupac,
Amanda says it's bought. I mean, just like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Walk of Fame kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it's true, and that's the thing. It's like you know, I take that shit very serious. That's the thing when it's music or whatever. To me, it's like I take that shit seriously. But like some bands is like. It took fucking Deep Purple like till 2016 to be finally accepted. It just like it took so fucking long, like and it's just they're fucking they
yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, sorry, but we're back to J-Lo.
Who's next, homies? Well, J-Lo. J-Lo's my pick for my overrated artist. I feel like she's just you know, she's
an icon in a different way.
Yo, her, you know what? Like I said, we live in South Florida. When her fashion line went live, like in the early 2000s, yo, I seen it, okay? Yeah. I saw women like wearing the full denim suit with the zipper in the middle, with the collar, you know, with the turtleneck collar, like, you know, with the high collar. Like I seen it, man. Like she's iconic in the fashion world and in dancing pretty much, but like with the music and stuff, oh no thank you. Final word. So yeah,
thank you. Next, like Ariana Grande.
Hell yeah. She's a god.
Goddess.
Sorry, don't mean to be sexist.
I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
In all realness, Ariana Grande could be considered for this conversation. Just being honest, just being real there. Like
she could sing, but it's sterile. Yeah, it's sterile.
Yeah. Like the music itself is like very like.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Thank you. Next to me is a banger. Like my friend Andy and I can attest to it. Like that is a jam right there.
Dangerous Woman is a surprisingly great album, in my opinion.
Dangerous Woman, the song I don't care about, but like it's got a whole bunch of good bangers, and like Into You is one of my favorite pop songs.
That's a good song. I love that song
of all time.
The song with Alzar is a good not influence with Future is really good.
Yeah,
this is great.
Ariana did a song with Future.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta check that out. I haven't heard it.
Let me find it for you.
I'm a Future nut. Future's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah,
he is so metal to me. He's so metal. Like if you listen to Future, it's like, dude, it's so dark. It's so.
Did you listen to Donda 2?
Not really. Okay.
Shit, I'm gonna be with you. You're the first person I've ever heard say something like that about Future. Like I guess I gotta check him out more.
Dude, listen to Blood on the Money. Dude, listen to Blood on the Money.
Sure.
Blood on the Money. Okay.
The Future Blood on the Money is, oof. It's like, it's good shit. It's good shit. It's good shit. Just replace all the hi-hats with a double bass, and it just turns into metal all of a sudden.
I was at
Interesting.
the song that Future did with Ariana Grande is called Every Day.
Every day. Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
It's on Dangerous Woman. But Andres, Baba Booey, what is your pick?
Baba boy.
Thank you, Ginger Papa. But I'm coming like, what am I saying? I'm coming in with a bit of a hot take here, because don't hate me for this, Elliot. In fact, I think this is the closest a band can be to Overrated without it overstaying its welcome.
Woo.
It's Ozzy Osbourne era Black Sabbath.
Oh no!
Damn. Okay. Okay. So I take it you're more of a Dio guy.
I'm not
Yes.
even a Black Sabbath fan. But I can't agree.
Interesting.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yep. And
Please explain. Please.
Keep in mind, I love Black Sabbath. I even love Ozzy's Black Sabbath. But I gotta be honest here. Like,
I was gonna say something else. Go ahead.
okay, wait. Don't curse at me, please.
I was had an Alex Jones moment. Go ahead.
Okay, so you gotta
I
keep
need
in mind,
I need
Don't
an
say it.
I need an exit device for this answer.
Black Sabbath has, like, when they retired in 2013. Oh yeah, I did, Amanda. You bet I did.
Amanda
So-
says, "Oh no, you didn't."
Oh yeah, I did, girl.
She gave me the Z formation. Boom, 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 boom.
So here's my reasoning as to why. Because out of Black Sabbath's many eras with their singers, right? I find I legit last year gave Black Sabbath the deep penetration of listening that it deserves. So
Okay.
even with the albums that Sharon Osbourne tried to hide and say that, hey, these past 13 years nothing happened with Black Sabbath, that's not true. Like there have been albums like the Seventh Star album, which, let's see, Tear is another great album that I love a lot by Black Sabbath. The Eternal Idol, the Black
This one.
okay.
Wow.
I cannot hate on that
Elliot
first
got it
album.
on wax. He got it on wax.
Yeah, he got it on wax.
NIB. Oh.
I'm not hating on them. In fact, I think they're amazing. One of the best in Sabbath. But it's just, here's the thing. Like, considering the context around Black Sabbath, especially with those first Ozzy albums, like, I feel like the fandom, like, this is how I see it. The fandom is split with each singer, but it usually comes down to either, oh, you're an Ozzy guy or you're a Dio guy, even though Dio has only made 4 albums, 5th if you consider the Heaven and Hell, the Devil You Know, which is one of the greatest metal albums of all time, if you ask me. It's good. Oh yeah, Mall, baby. I was
yeah.
That's my face after realizing what Andres just said. But go ahead with Darth Maul's face. But go ahead.
However, it's just when I hear the first 7 albums of Black Sabbath, let's take Technical Ecstasy for example, where they actually brought in Brian May to handle one of the sessions, right? Like, I'm not gonna lie, those are some good songs in there, a good batch of songs. However, it was right around the Sabotage era where I noticed that Ozzy wasn't giving it his best. And there were legit reasons for it. I mean, he wanted to branch out. He knew that Black Sabbath could sell millions of records just by name brand alone. And there were several scares where Ozzy would leave the band, egos were getting in the way. Either you were with Tony Iommi or you were with friggin' Ozzy, but it just came to a head like this, and it all stemmed from a communication issue.
And there's also the bullshit of like Bill Ward, the drummer, being like, kicked out because drug issues, but meanwhile, like everyone else in the band had like drug
They
issues.
all had drug issues, bro. That's their whole thing.
Exactly.
Just play the drummer. Like
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, right. Like, was he just like the worst one, or like how did he? How'd he
Yeah.
get thrown under the bus?
Yeah, you think Geezer Butler was sober boy, Mormon boy when he was writing about freaking death, Satan,
Mormon
and everything
boy.
else in between?
Sure.
But
real.
here's the meat, and this is what gives Dio the edge for me, because when Never Say Die came out, there was the last era Ozzy album, and it's a good album, very good album. It's like one of my favorite jams in there. But you could feel I could hear the strain of the band slowly starting to dissipate, trying to freaking, oh god, no, it's just it had to end.
You
Like,
saw the cracks in the.
saw the
in-
cracks, exactly. Like Never Say Die, the opening track, one of the best ones, incredible. Johnny
That was
Blade,
the last one with Ozzy, right? You just said.
that was the last one with Ozzy until 2013's 13 came out back in 2013.
That's a really good album, by the way. 13. That was actually a very, very good comeback.
And that was
Yes.
Brad Wilk from Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave came back, and he actually not came back, but he came for the first time and did the drum tracks for that.
Yes, and but when Dio splashed in with Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules, those are
Mob Rules.
Mob Rules is incredible.
Fucking sick.
Was he in Dehumanizer?
Yes, that was around the time when Tony Martin, I believe, the guy who was singing for them during the Cross Purposes era and the one that came before Dehumanizer, Dio came back for Dehumanizer, and it's a decent album. It's a great album. It's a good album, but it's just, it doesn't hit the same strides as Mob Rules or Heaven and Hell does. At least for me.
Computer God was the only one that I really remember from that album.
I is like it's good. It's got that Dio thing in it. But
Should also mention Dio, like that guy. I think he's really what they needed at the time, because notice Dio put his entire pussy into everything he fucking made. Like that man never spared a single fucking note, my man. Like that dude always went in. That dude always went in. Just put his entire dick and balls into the project. Just always.
Exactly, and to me that goes double for the solo careers of this guy. I love Dio. Like I love like
rest in peace, man.
Exactly.
I cried. Me and my dad cried the day he died, bro. That shit was like 2010, I think, May 2010.
I didn't listen to him that much. So he didn't really have it. Yeah.
Same.
Like,
On me, but
like you can hear a song like Bible Black and see that was his swan song. He had stomach cancer when he was recording that, and it feels like he's fighting to give the performance of his life. That, like in that Heaven and Hell album back in 2009, that metal album legit made me shed a tear, because understanding everything that he was going through, you can tell that he was a trooper. He would never give up. An honest to God geek, but a metal superstar nonetheless. And that,
Real
and
shit.
when Ozzy's in Sabbath versus when Dio is in Sabbath, I don't know. It just feels more on my side, where Dio came up with more melodic type of songs, whether as opposed to Ozzy's more stoner enhanced type of songs. I'm not saying all of them were, not even close. I mean, you take a hearing to something like Sabracadabra or Megalomania. Those are not stoner songs. Those are legit great songs. But I feel more that Dio's Sabbath shines through, and that's more through sheer force of personality alone. And I don't know. I like his voice a little bit more than I like Ozzy's. It's Elliot and me have this contrast thing, where he likes more of Dio, he likes more of Ozzy, and I like more of Dio. So it's this eternal conflict. It's like him liking Toby more, and I
was just gonna say the same thing.
thing.
Because he likes Andrew Garfield, and I'm more of a Tobey Maguire.
Really? You like Andrew Garfield over Tobey Maguire?
Yes, I do.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, if you want, we can have another episode on that entirely. But yeah,
I'm down for that, because what's really funny about the comparison is they're both kind of awkward performances, but it's just about like which flavor do you like? Which flavor of awkward Peter Parker do you like?
Exactly.
well
Do you like do you like this Peter Parker, or do you like
Did you like that?
I like emo Peter Parker from the third Sam Raimi movie the best, honestly.
Yeah.
Now dig on this.
Now, yeah.
Bro.
You like the PlayStation 3 Peter Parker. Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That game is so. Did you guys ever play Spider-Man 3?
No, I have the
Yes,
console.
I have it on the Wii.
No, I have the first edition PS3 console that has the Spider-Man 3 font on.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that.
Like they use the same font, which is just like what the hell.
Yeah,
I thought that was odd as a kid. I remember.
Yeah.
I was like, it can't be the same font. Maybe it just looks too similar, and I
But
realized,
then
They
it's,
pull both things.
it's
Yeah, they're the same.
it's
exact
all
font.
Sony.
Yeah, like later you realize, oh, they own it. Yeah, but yeah, it was crazy. Anyway,
Spider Station 3.
Absolutely. Yeah, but yeah, that's my hot-ish take on Aussie era Black Sabbath. I'm not saying I hate.
It's
Burn.
valid. It's valid. Sure. Honestly.
And
I don't agree.
keep in mind, I don't hate Ozzy's Black Sabbath. I love Ozzy's
know.
Black Sabbath. I do. It's just Dio kind of strokes my strudel a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Definitely.
But did you say Bloody Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath is your favorite album?
Did I?
I remember you were praising that album with me.
Oh, it's a fantastic album. Incredible. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. It's in the top 3, absolutely, but it's not my favorite.
You know
Does
what?
this thing sounds like more of a preference thing? I'm sorry, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not an Ozzy or a Black Sabbath fan necessarily. Like they're great. I just don't actively listen to them. But what I've heard of them, man, the way Ozzy rolls in on a track, when you listen to those Black Sabbath tunes, the way that he rolls into every tune, he is like this epic blues singer. Like he's one of the best blues singers of what? Like I think about his melodies and I'm like, dude, if I played this on the guitar, I would have just been BB King or Albert King or one of those blues greats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, metal started from the blues, you know.
Absolutely.
Well, it did, but like his vocals, his vocals were just so well done. Like he is he sounds like he's on like, man, it's crazy. Like I listen because I've only just gotten into them. You know what I mean? So to me, I'm just absorbing a lot of their stuff, and I'm just like, wow, like he really was on some next level blues rock singing.
Oh yeah,
especially with this album. This album was like probably the most bluesiest of all the albums, and that's kind of like the closest thing they'll get to like being like CCR, if you ask me.
Yeah,
they're dope too. I had a couple of sessions, you know what I mean? I'm just out there blazing. This CCR comes on, and you're just like, what is this? Yeah, like this is the vibe. Yeah.
That's right.
That's some good stuff.
And Ozzy's vibe is all. I'll say this: Ozzy, like his voice is his own, man. He is a complete original. Absolutely, I will not take anything away from the man. Aside from the fact that he made a freaking the Osbourne stage, like who pissed on my fucking carpet? That fucking bastard dog, man.
Bro, when you talk about Ozzy's vocal abilities, though, it's like So okay, again, going to the comparison of like Ozzy versus Dio. Dio is definitely more of a contender for like the praising his technique and shit. Ozzy is a weird, like Ozzy's voice, like he weirdly kind of like is an exemption to like the whole like argument of like, oh, who's technically better, because he's not like technically, like he's not an opera singer, he's not a crazy fucking, you know, you look at Dio and that dude had like the pipes and shit, but Ozzy's still great in his own regard, but just for being Ozzy, like he owns a sound, like you said, like he has a sound, you know what I'm saying? Very hard to copy, even as not technically like crazy as it is, very hard to copy.
Exactly. Like you take a band, you take a modern metal band like COVID, for example. Not COVID.
COVID. Covet. That's metal?
Sorry, yeah.
You would call that metal?
I admit they did bite the I don't know, I don't remember what this song was called. It's like it was from I think it was from the 1970 album, but like,
oh no, sorry, they said covet like the math rock band. I'm like, wait a minute, you couldn't. That's
No,
metal.
Oh no,
she's
no, no, no,
like-
no,
no,
not the math rock band. There's a metal band called Covet, headed by a female singer. She's got great pipes, but it's just there were some
Interesting,
riffs
okay.
that were
Sorry.
lifted from
Sorry,
Black Sabbath.
Andres. Can you spell this band? Are you talking about the band with Yvette Young as the guitar?
Yeah, no,
player?
that's what I was thinking. Like, is it you talking about Covet? No, right? Like, how would you
who
spell
you
this
talking-
band?
Is the lead guitar player Japanese chick or no?
I don't believe so. I don't know the name of the singer, but all I know is this: it is the farthest thing from math rock. It is not math rock.
Yeah, no, because I mean, you're talking about like '70s albums, like so for sure this is not the same band. Like, but it is spelled Covet, is what you're saying?
Yes, Covet. Yeah,
I guess she sang on that song.
I get it. I think so. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a
Maybe
little
they
bit more
had a
research.
singer
on that.
because I mean I know they have a couple of songs with vocals, so maybe you heard one of those because yeah, maybe we're talking about the same band.
Perhaps
Yeah,
I don't know.
She plays.
I don't
guitar,
think so. I think
she's always
we're
tapping on the guitar.
and Dress, you're mentioning like some '70s albums. Like, no, this cannot be the same band. What the fuck?
Yeah, because I remember there's a band called Covet from 2019 who released an album that has a bunch of songs that sound like Aussie era Black Sabbath songs, the early ones.
Okay, that I
I'm
don't
so
know.
confused.
Yeah, like
Yeah, maybe
I
this is
know
some
which
other band
band
that has the
I
same
know
name.
which 70s
Yeah, yeah,
band you're
they might
talking
share a
about.
name, honestly.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. You please send us that because that's
Yeah,
pretty
please,
absolutely.
please.
Yeah, I will definitely link it later on, my man. Yeah, of
Sounds-
course.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like, you know, like, okay, like what? Ozzy are
That sounds great. Well,
But yeah,
what time is it, my homies?
It's
oh, it's 127
Oh,
where you guys
127.
are. Oh my god. Yeah. I've taken up way too much time. That is my take on.
Oh no,
on
you haven't.
Black
You
oh, all
haven't.
good.
No,
You
you're
said what
good.
needed to be said.
I sat there talking about Jennifer Lopez for like.
I loved it. Anytime I talk about Jennifer Lopez, it instantly gets me fired up. So thank you.
Amanda
Fire-
says, "You guys do your homework. I always enjoy your discussions. Thanks for letting me be a part of it." Ah,
Thank you for being a part of it.
yeah, thank you for being here.
Thank
Thank
you
you very
yeah,
much, Amanda.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Well,
Cheers,
guys,
Mr.
I have to admit, I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun
Yeah.
to get through this discussion and talk about our favorite bands or discussions and make like inane observations. And I just have to admit, for my Black Sabbath, it's not as bad as the Star Wars one with the whore or the remember that one that noise I made for
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
You sounded like a werewolf, man, bro.
Sorry, there's one time where we were ranking the original trilogy for Star Wars, and all the other guys were like saying, "Oh, I love A New Hope. It's so good. It makes me feel the kid again. And it's like so excited. I remember this scene. But it's a 7 out of 10."
And you're like, whoa.
And I was just like, "Why are you praising this movie? It's a 7 out of 10. That should be a 9." And then later, I just was like, "Yeah, it's not a 7 out of 10." Anyway.
I wanted to fit in, okay?
Well, I thought it was a very good episode tonight, fellas.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of
It
fun.
was very cool. This was a lovely comeback on my end, I gotta say.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a pleasure meeting you tonight, Javi. Me
Yeah,
and
you
Javi
too, man,
met
for
tonight,
sure.
folks.
Yes, tonight was our first night. I was gonna say first night together. That sounded not come out right.
Oh, let me get my violin.
No, but most definitely, man, for sure. Very nice meeting you.
Yes.
He treated me very tenderly.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. And hopefully, you can stay for breakfast. But
I'll squeeze the orange juice.
I got the pieces. I got the air.
I'll spread the cheese on the bagel.
Okay, this is gonna be weird. So we should just end this episode right here now. All right,
Come,
goodbye.
come show
All
daddy
right,
how much
boys.
you want this tapioca pudding.
Oh
Jesus
man!
Christ.
All right, everybody, relax. Woo! All right, everybody, plug your social medias, please. Right? I guess right.